In 5, 4. I'm just kidding. We're already live.
I know.
All right, we're live. What's up? What's going on?
What's up, guys? Today, I don't know how many people are watching yet, but today we have a very special guest. He's
right there.
Guy. Wait, who's got something? I can hear somebody.
Not me.
Oh.
Hello? Never mind, it's gone. Okay, it's gone. I heard a delay. Anyway, we got this guy.
We got the man here. We got
right
the man
here.
Yeah.
The man, the legend, Wekster.
Dudes.
And for our very special early edition, because it's already midnight for him.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate you coming around.
We really appreciate the fact that you are here at midnight. And we're gonna run till probably like 3 or 4 a.m. his time, so it's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Maybe I will just go like behind and slowly move
You can just
away.
drift off. It's all good.
Yeah, like just lean.
There's a button in the controls for StreamYard. I can actually shock you through your headphones.
That's right.
I haven't done it. No, I haven't done it yet. I'm waiting. It costs me $1 every time it happens, so I'm poor.
That's awesome.
So, guys, seriously, super excited. Telli and I are both big fans of this gentleman right here.
100%.
Shut
Why?
up, don't make the face because you're.
Oh yeah, don't try to be all. Oh,
you're kind of talented and you're cute.
Yeah.
He's all like, what?
Okay, thank you.
See,
like, how late is it? No,
it's pretty late, and I'm a little drunk.
Look at the time.
Look at the time.
I gotta
go. So we both subscribe to him on Patreon, and I've got a bazillion of his models here above me. I have a Wekster Eastman shrine going on.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I know. I have an Eastman Wekster shrine too, actually. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not even going to ask you questions.
Why? I like questions.
I know you like questions.
Here's my thing.
Why don't you tell us?
Have you always been a graphic designer? Have you always been a modeler? Is that your background?
No, I started modeling like a year ago, I think.
Really?
Yeah. Before that, I was just doing other creative stuff. I'm mostly in video business, let's say it like that.
Okay.
I'm directing TV ads. I'm doing
direct porn, from what I hear.
Yeah, of course. 3D animations. I'm editing game trailers and stuff like that. Before that,
that's right. I've seen some of your game trailers actually that you put out on your other social media, which are really awesome. By the way, they're killer.
Thank you.
Dude,
not only mine.
I just saw your lightsaber, like your Jedi one, like the Jedi versus the Sith.
Thing. It was awesome. Yeah, no, it's
awesome.
Good. Yeah.
I will never do that kind of stuff in my life, probably again, unless I get really a lot of money, because
Was that a lot of time? Was it a lot of time?
I usually give myself some kind of deadline for everything. Like I need, in terms of modeling, I just say, okay, I'm gonna give it a week. If it's working, I'm gonna finish it in a week. I'm not gonna go over that. I will try to finish it. Sometimes I can see that there's more potential, so I will give myself a few extra days. But usually that kind of deadlines. With this short film, I just announced it, and we kind of made a premiere happening, and I had 2 weeks to finish all the special effects, and every lightsaber thing was drawn by hand.
Really?
So that's a big pain.
I had
that must have took forever.
I think I have 15,000 frames to paint, and I was doing that through I don't know how many nights.
15,000 frames, you said, to paint?
Yeah, something like that.
Jesus,
that's just way too much work.
That's ridiculous, but it looked great though. Honestly,
it really did.
Yeah, it looked good.
I'm happy how the thing turned out, but I said like if I will ever go into any kind of Star Wars movie with lightsabers, someone else have to do it. I'm not gonna touch it anymore.
So your career at ILM is probably not going anywhere soon?
Nope. I would never work for such a big studio.
You're not that guy.
No, like when I was doing short films, people said like, imagine yourself in Hollywood. Why would I go there? But people would just eat me alive. Like
Telli left there when he was a kid.
Yeah, I grew up there. Yeah, that's true.
He was there. He left,
and it's true. They would eat you alive. So then you've only been modeling for a year then for 3D printing. What really kind of grabbed people's attention? Was it the dudes? Is that what kind of like grabbed people's attention? Like, what was the first model and you realized like, oh, people are actually printing this. They're actually, they're taking this on.
I think one of the mini dudes was the first thing that people actually started paying attention, because they also seen the same thing I did, that it can be potential like collector's thing.
That's right, yeah.
But I think only later, I think I did that screaming pumpkin for Halloween. That was kind of thing that actually boosted my work and promoted it more. At least I think
that in resin. I don't know where it is though.
It's somewhere.
It's here somewhere, yeah.
It's here, yeah.
I remember I think the first model of yours that I ever saw and I loved was you did your little mini series for the Star Wars vehicles, the X-Wing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was I think that was one of where I kind of grabbed onto you too, was that whole little mini series there. That was great.
I had so many plans for that, but I absolutely, like, after Mini DeLorean, I was so exhausted. I like to move fast. I like to do everything fast, and in bunch of cases, I was very limited by Fusion because I didn't know the software that well, and whatever I was trying to do, I was probably doing it the hardest way. And it took me just a lot of time. So then I tried to do something more organic. I've seen some potential in Fusion. Hey, mine is trying to get out right now.
So this asshole is going to knock something over. I'm like, this asshole is going to knock something over too.
Yeah. So on YouTube here, they're saying that for Doug, he was saying that for him, the first one was Deadpool, followed by the Enterprise, like we were saying before. Yeah.
That Deadpool was one of the first things that I did.
That got you a lot of attention, though, too, right?
What? Sorry.
The Deadpool got you a lot of attention too.
I think it started because I was doing that in one of the live streams. So people were interested how I do stuff, and I don't know. I think something about those swords. Even for me, it was kind of cute. I'm looking from one perspective when I'm doing something in software. Then when I print it, I look at it like completely different eyes. All of a sudden it's not my thing. So I was kind of, I think I was actually happy with that one. I'm usually not entirely happy with anything because
you're a perfectionist.
No, actually not. It's because of the deadline I give myself, and I think that I'm always trying to move forward as much as possible to learn more new stuff than spending a lot of time on one model, and that model will pass soon. So like now my mini dudes are completely different. I'm doing them in ZBrush. I'm adding more details. Some of them now look more like the actual person that I'm trying to model, even in that pill shape. So
I love on your Patreon when you were doing the transition and stuff, and you're talking about the crotch area is way better now. You're like, the The crotch used to suck on the old ones.
You should have just written, "I finally learned how to model a dick."
Yeah. Like I learned how to do it with not that much support, sir.
Well, the first one that I did was Mini Hellboy, and
that's right.
It started because, first of all, like everyone who's following me for a while knows how much I like that character. But it was like I was trying to figure out how to make something that's gonna be easy to print.
Gotcha.
And I was trying to figure out like easy shapes, something oval that printer is not gonna have to go like around, do a bunch of corners and everything. And actually, that first one was really tricky. Like he had a tail that, in 90% of cases,
the tail was crazy on that one. That's right. Yeah.
That, I mean, it's funny that you said that. That was one thing I wanted to point out. Something that sets you apart from, I'm gonna say, probably 80% of other modelers. And when I say but I mean like other people that I particularly follow too, like Eastman and Fotis and Jeff Wicks.
Yeah.
Like you guys, the four of you very specifically, you guys design things with printing in mind.
Yeah, and that's what I love.
So many people
agree.
don't do that, and it's really painful. Like I just got, I'm not going to say who it was, but I just got, I bought a crowdfunded model for a character that I absolutely love, and I waited for this. And the model itself is stunning. He did such an amazing job with it.
Yeah, I know which one.
I know you know which one. You heard me bitch about it in the Patreon chat.
Yeah.
But the model really is, it's stunning. Like he did such an amazing job, but printing it is absolutely painful.
That's we are doing that. We are trying to do, someone is playing audio. Okay, I had some problem
because he muted himself. It was telling.
Okay. I was first, when I was experimenting, a bunch of my models were really tricky to.
There you go. I fixed it. It was me, guys. Sorry, I apologize for that.
It was really tricky to make anything without support. I had no clue. So then I was pushing towards that, and I like reducing as much as possible support because it's just nasty and it prolongs the printing time and everything. But also at the same time, whoever is doing that, like whoever you mentioned on that list, is probably annoyed because we are limiting ourselves in creativity because of that. Because we are constantly thinking, okay, this needs to be support free or at least like 90% support free, and sometimes that is like really
that's true. I know Eastman.
I just need to get something up here to answer a question.
He said before, because everyone expects no support, that sometimes that could be limiting to him, to what he's trying to design for people.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I don't expect no supports. I mean, if you're going to print things, call me a dick, because I kind of am anyway. But I mean, call me a dick when I say this, but if you want to print things and you want and you want them to come out good, you want to print really good quality things,
whatever,
you need to learn how to use supports, and you need to learn how to use them properly. You can't expect everyone to do something support free. Some things just can't.
Yeah, I know.
But if you minimize them,
it's true.
Or you have your models cut in a certain way, with no non-manifold edges or open faces. It makes it so much better. Like I don't expect no supports. Minimal supports are good. I just want to.
Yeah, I agree, but it's
really quickly. Wait, that was the wrong one. Hang on.
But like you were saying, yeah, go ahead. Mini
iron dude.
There you go.
Yeah. I have tiny ones somewhere.
Well, I did this. Nice. This was actually for the video, I still haven't finished editing for the Anycubic EC resin. Oh, look at you go!
Oh, look at that! Oh yeah! Wow, nice.
What kind of questions do we have?
Let's see. I just happened to see that one fly by. Telly had a question. Oh wait, no. See, someone else says you're the cutest designer in the 3D printing community. Mm-hmm.
Was it for this?
Yeah,
it was probably for this, right?
Nope.
No.
Oh, so I did have a question. So, do you feel now, because of the way you started to, you like that you've paid attention to no supports, you've kind of put yourself in a rut because of that? Because now, like, people expect that from you now. Like, oh, everything he designs should be support goddamn free or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to explain to everyone whoever is supporting my work and whoever is printing my stuff that I will do stuff how I feel it. I need to do everything like with. Okay.
Whoa, it's coming up.
Oh, Transformers. I don't know. I'm now doing organic stuff, and whenever I try to do something,
robots.
They're squares.
But they're so hard to make. You have no clue how hard they are to make in ZBrush.
I do. That's why I don't make them.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I don't make them. Yeah,
that's why I don't make them.
Look, I'm actually checking out a bunch of tutorials, trying to learn that, but I'm still not comfortable.
Someday you'll make me an Optimus Prime.
Yeah, because you're so annoying sometimes.
I know. For those of you guys who actually
he wants the Optimus Prime so
this.
bad. He loves Transformers so much.
So everyone who knows me knows I'm a Transformers addict. And for Wekster's Patreon, he's got a Discord chat, and we're always in there. And I am constantly harassing him to make me an Optimus Prime. So
yeah, so many times.
So you were mentioning before when you were designing, you started because it was taking you a long time. You started in Fusion, and now you've moved to ZBrush.
Yeah. Well, for
that's
more.
That's right, Fotis, right there.
Oh, Cybertron gods, yeah.
That's right. Fotis knows. Fotis will make me some Transformers.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, better him than me. Shoot.
Yeah. Please do that.
Good, please do that.
Yeah.
Shut up.
He said no, of course.
So did you find coming from Fusion and then to ZBrush, did you find for what you need to do that was much easier and that's why you're using ZBrush?
Yes and no. It's complicated. Look, I'm using both softwares still. Mostly I'm using ZBrush, but sometimes I jump into Fusion. For example, for one of the latest models for John McClane.
Yeah.
The gun that it's taped on the base, I did it in Fusion. It was much easier for me because again, non-organic stuff. For me, it's better to do in Fusion if possible. Oh, mini John McClane.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I agree. Like the parametric design in Fusion is just so nice. It works really well.
Yeah, it's really quick to do a lot of stuff in Fusion. I like it because of that. And actually, I'm using for 99% of my mini dudes, I'm using Fusion just to render them out because I started modeling them in Fusion and all the renders and like I have skin color. Everything presets made in Fusion, so whenever I'm doing it, I'm trying to keep it like in the same universe, same everything. So
well, the render engine in Fusion is really nice. It really is, right?
Yeah,
because it doesn't rely on your computer, right? It's relying on their cloud engine, right? Which is really nice.
Well, for the previews that I'm doing, it actually relies on the computer, but you
Really?
have those cloud-based that you need to, like, I think, pay or something.
Yeah, you need the
Oh,
credits.
see, yeah.
I render on my computer too because I
see,
can.
that's changed recently. Then that's because right, because they got the.
No, it's been like that forever. You can do cloud-based or you can with credits. But if you have the education version or like the startup version,
that's what I had. The startup.
You get unlimited credits anyway. But I mean,
okay, so that's
making
what
money
it is.
off this, so he has to buy it.
Gotcha. Okay, so that's why I didn't notice that. I was like, I use the rendering all the time. Don't pay nothing. Shoot. So now, man, that's crazy. So now you've been designing for 1 year. You're almost like the rock star. Year and a half. You're like the rock star 3D printing shit, man. Come on, he's so innocent over there.
He's like, stop telling me how great I am.
I know, stop telling me a little bit more. Stop a little. Oh,
wait. Look, I'm only laughing because of what you said. I got a comment. I think it was yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can guide.
720.
Wait, I'm trying to focus it. But
what does it say? Tell us what it said.
Person said the same thing. You're a rock star of 3D.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, look at you go. Yeah.
You have you have like fans and groupies and shit.
So where are you based out of? I actually don't know where. Like, give us a background, like where you grew up or where you're based from.
I'm from Europe. I'm from Croatia.
Okay, cool.
It's a small country. Whoever doesn't know about it, it's between Hungary and Italy, Austria, Slovenia, Bosnia. Like, we are surrounded.
They shot a lot of Game of Thrones for those fans who like. Actually, why are there no Game of Thrones minis, dude?
Ooh, I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt, but I saw this great idea. I agree with Chris Browning here. Beetlejuice mini, dude. Oh, that'd be so great.
Yes, I'm planning to do that one for a while. Because I'm constantly communicating with Eastman and Fotis. Sometimes we have the same idea, and one of us just doesn't do anything at that point. For example, Fotis did for Halloween Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want to do mini version. So at the same time,
why compete against each other? That makes totally sense, though.
Well, it's not competing, but I don't know. It's something like we just try not to do stuff at the same time.
That's what I mean. It's not that you guys are competing, but say if you guys put out both the same time Beetlejuice, probably the sales are going to be less. They're going to be less on both sides. But if one puts one out, then that's I understand why. That's cool that you guys as designers have that relationship, right? Because you don't see that in a lot of other businesses, like say a tech company against another tech company. They're not saying, oh, we're not going to put this out because you guys are. You know what I mean?
Well, the three of us are friends, and we like to do some kind of competition, who will do something first, who will post something.
I challenge all three of you to make me a fucking Optimus Prime. I will judge who makes the best one.
Oh my god, we're gonna have to hashtag this whole episode Optimus Prime. Jesus.
Fucking Optimus Prime.
Yeah, fucking Optimus Prime. Hashtag fucking Optimus Prime. Pump that out.
Right. Fotis, why are you saying no to me, dude?
Oh yeah, Fotis is saying no. He's like, no.
It's like, just that's not even a no. That's a hell no.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, that's funny as shit. Okay, that's great.
Look,
there you go. No, yeah.
I was bitching. I was begging Eastman to do Hellboy for probably more than a year, and he actually did it like 2 weeks ago. So there's a chance that we will surprise you one day. Yeah, something like that.
That's I love Eastman too, and he did was it Frankenstein, or he did a classic horror movie model.
No, that was Fotis. He did.
Was it Fotis?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I just want the whole. I want okay. So here's my challenge. I want that whole classic edition. I want Swamp Thing, Dracula. I would that sitting on a shelf. All of those classic horror movie guys from the old school stuff would be amazing.
Yeah, I
Here's
agree.
the funny thing.
Yeah, right. You agree? Yeah, for sure.
I do, yeah. But here's why, though, to a degree. So, you know, I was gonna say this a little while ago. I feel like Wekster's, dude, your mini dudes are kind of like the Funko Pop figures of the 3D printed community.
Yeah, freaking
and
right.
I collect them. So if I have those doors open, I'm actually printing your John McClane with my palette in there. That's why the doors are shut. But I collect pops. I probably have like 300 of them, but I only collect like certain ones, like certain series, and stuff like that. So like to see like, you know, old movie monsters, like a whole series of them. Like, I mean, you do that to a degree anyway. You're rifling through the Avengers, and you've rifled through. You did the 4 Ghostbusters. You know, like some of the classic movie characters. Like John Wick was amazing. I love my zombie John Wick.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when you did with the palette one and the white and the gray. Yeah. That's right.
I was so heartbroken. It was like, I'm like, oh look, it's zombie John Wick.
But so to talk about that though, did you plan when you came out with the mini dudes originally? Did you mean to do it because it is almost like your branding now, like it is a pop art, right? You know, did you mean for it to come out that way? It meant for them to kind of be like collectibles, or was that kind of organic? Did it grow that way?
Well, I made 2 on the same day. I made Hellboy and I made Jason, and my mind started thinking like crazy. I was thinking about so many characters, so many mini dudes. I didn't know which one to make first, and
just
then
you drop and make all of them.
No, I've noticed that the problem was when I started making a lot of those. I was just doing them, and I didn't made any improvement for a while. I had to start doing something else because I would probably go crazy with only them. You know, gotcha. I have like people think that I'm doing them really fast, but they are actually really hard to make because, you know, if I don't pay attention, they will all look the same. So I'm mostly struggling how to make the simplest version that kind of looks like one of the characters I'm trying to model. And like I said, if I was just doing them over and over without me stepping back for a little bit, then who knows how that thing would probably end.
That's what I was gonna say. The simplicity and the beautifulness of your models, even though some people may be like, oh well, it's got to be hard to make. That's my cat. Sorry. No, that's my cat. Sorry, but it's got to be hard. Like you said, you don't want to make them all look the same, right? Yeah. And you do want to push yourself, right? But the simplicity is so beautiful in those mini dudes. That, you know, it's amazing. Because some people think, oh, I could just do one. And I guarantee there's a million dudes out there that tried to do it and were like, it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Well, I know that few people tried to do them, and some people were actually adding they were trying to add a lot of details because they were not sure where they are going, and you know, like few people told me, oh, can you make this one? And I was just sending them links of those that other people did, and they were like, no, they are not yours. They don't look like yours, but they use the same template, everything. It was just different. They were focusing on some other stuff than me, and I think that's the part of the style that makes all of us, whoever is doing 3D models, different. I can spot from a mile away something that was made by Fotis or Eastman or I don't know, Yuri or whoever. It's like you can see we are kind of putting ourselves into that stuff, our vision, our from our perspective, and whoever tries to do that will be slightly off. I think someone in my Patreon actually did few of them, and they actually turned out very similar to mine, but they were not happy with some decisions that I did, so they changed that, and again that made the difference.
And I agree with you. Like when an Eastman, yours, Yuri, like you're saying, even like Lily Kill, when he comes out with a replica, you know exactly who it is, right? There's no mistaking it. You see some other people kind of try to do the same thing, but it's really not.
I can see 3D printing professor has an interesting question that kind of bothers a lot of people in the community right now. Can you show it?
I'm looking for it. Question or statement?
It's about the licensing.
The one about Funko? This, yes.
No.
Not that?
The other one. Do you worry about licensing?
Oh, I'm looking for it.
Is the last one.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
Okay.
They're like flying by. I'm like, oh, Jesus, I keep missing them.
Yeah. No, I'm not afraid of licensing in terms of mini dudes, because they are caricatures. They go in the different category. I can do that kind of stuff, and obvious. No, fan art, you cannot. You shouldn't like sell it. I don't have any of my fan art anywhere on the stores. I don't do that kind of stuff. I give access to my Patreons to everything that I do. They basically pay for. They're basically supporting my work. So I'm kind of bending rules here, but mostly because I'm not doing anything official. I'm not worried. So a lot of people are actually asking me that all the time. One day I hope that I will be able to license everything. That's why I'm still working on all of that, and I'm actually talking to some people who would maybe be able to push that into some other direction. But right now I'm just having fun, and like I said, I'm not doing anything. I'm not trying to do anything that it's that should be a problem with any kind of copyright owners, because in that way we could look at I don't know, YouTube channels who are using stuff. You have that how it's made, how it should ended, basically doing parodies with characters and all of that. They would be shut down a long time ago. That's why my characters are falling. They are kind of falling in the same category. So I'm pretty good with that. I did my research about it.
Thank God, because my mini Luke would have been so sad.
I have mine here.
I am in love with this filament.
Yeah, that's right.
I am just so in love with it.
Oh, nice.
What?
Core Geek. Hey, hi Eric. Love the mini dudes. Thank you.
Who doesn't love the mini dudes? Come on. Anybody who doesn't love the mini dudes, leave a comment and say I hate the mini dudes. I bet we won't see any. Except Wekster's geeky stuff, because he's going to say it.
I had to.
I knew it. That guy's a dick, though. Do you ever see like some of the shit he posts on Facebook? He's so rude.
No, seriously, there are a lot of people that are actually selling fan art like heavily, and I would be okay with that if they are not using actual logos. That's I'm constantly trying to explain to people that there are some rules that you cannot bend. When if you use any of the characters and you slap original logo next to it on an image, then you are pushing it, then you are forcing it to you're kind of saying that this is official thing. and that's what copyright holders really hate. They are always bothered when something tries to go like its official thing. So whoever is putting like in credits that someone else is the owner of the copyright and this is only fan art, they are kind of going easier towards them. Also, you have a lot of situations where, like, if you go to any 3D, if you go to any website that is selling 3D models, not for printing, for everything, you have that statement that they can use it for editorial use only. They are covering themselves with that, and you have websites like Turbo Squid who are selling the likeness of someone. Like you can buy Christian Bale's face that you really shouldn't, but they always say something like that, and
there's always a disclaimer.
Yeah.
So I knew this question was going to come up from Sam. I knew it was going to come up. Sam is a mesh mixer addict. I have been trying to tell him to use something different for a long time. He doesn't listen. He swears by mesh mixer, and it works for him, so it's fine.
Oh, he is.
He can get some really killer results that it's way too much work for me.
I use mesh mixer a lot. I use it for
we lost
Telli. I use it for checking my models, for rescaling them sometimes, for hollowing them, because I'm now mostly using like SL1 and Prusa slicer, and it doesn't have a hollowing option, right? So I'm going back to mesh mixer. I'm trying to fix my models through mesh mixer. I tried to do some separation for multi-material, but every time my
god, it's so much work in mesh mixer.
I
gotta tell you, before Canvas came out and painting, so I don't know if I actually said this in our interview with Mish, but I was stoked because I was the very, very first non-Mosaic employee that got to use the paint feature.
Cool.
So I was just like, and I did right before they launched it. I spent hours and hours. It was right when Eastman released the Wonder Woman bust.
Oh, that was great. Oh, and you did it. That's right.
I spent
you painted
8
that.
hours, and I printed it in 7 colors.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, it's up here. Hold on. It's in my Wekster shrine.
Yeah, look at that.
So, but yeah, mesh mixer. I actually tried. So, I mean, not only Optimus, and oddly, more than Transformers for me, Voltron is where it's at.
Oh yeah,
Voltron is my number one. So
don't even get me started on the Voltron. Yuri's taken freaking a gazillion years to come out with that stuff.
Well, yeah, Yuri has.
I love him. I love him to death.
I was actually showing somebody this the other day, so it's still sitting on my desk. This is part of his Blue Lion.
Yeah.
Oh, it was you. That's right.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah.
So this is Blue Lion, and I actually decided that I wanted to print it in multicolor on the palette. So I started every single piece individually in mesh mixer, trying to split them. And I actually did his face, the Black Lion's head, and it took me like a week. And
the painting feature in that is brutal. It's brutal.
There's 182 parts. This is never going to happen. So now with Canvas and the paint feature, and I know there's some more tools that are coming in the near future. They're going to be even better.
I'm
excited for Yuri's Voltron.
Just to cut in there though, but Fred there said Microsoft 3D Builder, and I'll be honest with you, that program doesn't get enough credit for actually what it does and what it is. It's really not that bad of a software. Like people say Tinkercad and all this for beginning of type of stuff, but if you look at Microsoft 3D Builder, and even for repairing models and stuff, it's really not that bad. Oh, did we lose them?
No,
just a second, guys. Just a second.
All right, there you go. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, so now they got to deal with us. So hey, show us some prints. I know you got some Bruce Willis and some goddamn prints to show us.
Oh, well, I showed
He's back.
Oh, you mean the other one? Do you mean the bust or the mini?
The bust, yeah, the ones
bust.
you painted. I know, because you painted some that look really nice. I don't know if you've seen these ones yet. These look great.
Yeah, I showed him. I'm wearing my pajamas for. Because you only usually see me from here, so
from the waist down. Yeah, that's right.
I think maybe next time when we have Joe on, maybe I won't wear pants at all. Don't tune in for that one.
Don't tune in for that.
Why
I'm not going to wear a top then,
or at least don't ask me to stand up.
Why do you think I stopped my camera? I had to get up.
He's not wearing.
Because I had to stand up.
So these are two of your newest ones. These are the John McClane actual busts.
I didn't even know
printed these bigger.
I didn't know that you printed two.
Oh no, I printed
them.
Well, there's the with and without the badge.
Yeah.
So
they look so good.
And these are at 150%. So these are bigger. I didn't actually finish paint. I was just kind of testing. I'd never actually done like the whole rub and buff paint thing before.
Now I'm going to be honest. These seem very Eastman inspired.
Really? Well, thank you.
Well, yeah, because of the way the beautiful way of like almost like no supports and the way it looks. It's definitely your style. Don't get me wrong, right? But it just with the base and the stuff, the way it is. When I first saw it, I just saw the picture of the model. It must have been I was on Patreon. I was just not paying attention, and I was like, "Wait a second, it's not a mini, dude. Wow, that looks amazing. All right, let's check this out."
I agree with Telly too. A lot of the stuff guys do, and I think that's a reason that I really like both of your work. I mean, you both do very different things, but
very
there's a lot
different.
When I look at a couple of the models I have sitting up here, I was like, "Shit, is that Wex or Eastman?" And I actually have to look at them and say, "Okay, well, this one says Eastman, so I know who did that."
We honestly mean that legitly as a compliment, right?
Yeah, that's
like,
a compliment.
100% mean that.
Look, there's a easy way to notice which is it mine or Eastman. First of all, if you turn it like if you look at the back, you have either Wekster or Eastman on the back, so you know that.
Well, yeah, but I actually have to pick it up and look at it.
We got labeling on that shit.
This shit's branded.
And the other thing is that Eastman has everything much better. Like just look how like I'm so jealous when I see how he does how he makes his wrinkles on the cloth and everything. It's I mean
his clothing stuff is amazing. His clothing
it's beautiful.
No, I'm gonna stop right here. I'm going to stop you right here and say, this is the model that I actually printed a really long time ago. And now for you to tell me that you've only been modeling for about a year and a half, and I know I printed this a long time ago. Please hold, sir.
Okay. Please hold, sir.
This model is stunning.
Thanks.
Everything about this model.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Cyclops. That's right.
Everything about this model is fantastic. See, there you go.
I don't know what happened with that one. Actually, I know.
Oh well, that was an accident. Actually, Eastman made that and he sold it to me.
No. You know what? We were talking about that stuff on my channel. In the podcast, sometimes you try to do something and it just works. Like for that model, I don't think I've spent a lot of time actually doing it. Everything was like, okay, proportions are fine. In most cases, when I'm looking at time lapses of me modeling stuff, face is always either way too narrow or it's way too wide, and I have to fix all of that. And you're fixing one thing, you're deforming another one. In that case, and some other cases, like John McClane actually was one of the things that on paper it was really hard to make, but actually I did it in likeness. I did in an hour and a half. That never happened. Sometimes I spend hours just trying to fix the jaw of the model without even applying eyes. So sometimes we are just lucky. how everything
Now that was
goes.
interesting what you said there before. Do you record when you model and rewatch it to see what you did to maybe see where you could do things better or cut some,
Yeah.
time out? Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's a great tip. That's a great tip.
In most cases, because I've noticed that I'm repeating some stuff over and over again. Like I do some shape and I just smudge it for no reason. Then I go back and then I notice that I redid the same thing like 5-6 times for no reason.
Got
like,
you.
And I think that
so you're learning from your own mistakes by doing that.
Yeah, I'm always.
I think that's
learning.
I really think that's brilliant. I've never, I've we've talked to lots of designers, and I've really kind of never heard that tip. Is like you record what you're doing, and then if you, like you said, if I'm doing the same thing 5-6 times, and I could have just did it once, that's going to save me 20, who knows how many minutes, right?
Yeah, I mean, you learn from doing and watching what you do.
Yeah, you need to do it over and over again, and try different stuff, because if you're not doing that, you will do the same type of face over and over again, same mistakes. You just need to learn every single day something new. Like I've made so many faces before I actually started figuring out how face actually looks. Like when I go to some of my models, on some models I'm actually surprised that they turned out like decent. Some of them I really want to like redo in the future, because I just can't look at them.
So which ones that? Which ones are you not happy with that you've done?
Well, a lot of them. One of the
really.
I don't like my Catwoman. Her face is kind of manly, and she has big mouth. Proportions are off. That I have her on my table to remind me of that. I mean,
I like your Catwoman. I have it's printed in there.
She did kind of have a thick jaw, though.
Yeah, she did.
Look, I have obviously I have problems with female characters. I'm trying to do the justice, but sometimes
Lady Thor was great.
I was actually grabbing her. But
Yeah. So let's get the origin story. So you're video editing, directing. How did you come to 3D printing? Did you buy a 3D printer? Like, how did you get to this point?
He needed a lightsaber for his short.
It was kind of combination of, I don't know. It was accidental thing, I would say. I was checking out printers all the time, like because I was doing short films. I was thinking about props and how to make them, and usually you have to make everything on your own. And one day, one of my friends mentioned that he wants to buy a 3D printer, and he was checking a net A8, I think. And I went online.
A8, yeah.
I went online to check what's new with printers, because I haven't checked them in like a year, to see what kind of offer is there, how much are they. And at the same time, I look at the monitor of my coworker, and he's looking at the printer at the same time. And
oh yeah.
Okay,
there's something here.
There's something, yeah. So I started checking out, and it turned out that it's not that expensive, especially for that fire hazard.
Yeah. Oh, that A-net. Oh, that A-net was the worst. Oh shoot. Yeah.
So I bought that. I started, just testing, figuring out how everything works, and then I decided that I'm gonna make a YouTube channel, and post some stuff that I did. So I started doing. I don't know what it was. Yeah, it was Hellboy's gun.
Hellboy gun. Yeah.
And after 2 or 3 videos, I was like, okay, am I just gonna print everyone else's stuff, or I'm gonna try to model something on my own? So I went into Fusion.
Because you're a creator, right?
Yeah, I like creating stuff. I never looked at a tutorial for something and did exactly the same thing. I'm kind of annoyed with that. Like, you some kind of tutorial comes out and people show you how to do something. And my mind is that I started watching that, and I'm immediately think, how can I apply it to something else? While unfortunately, a lot of people are just trying to do exactly the same thing. And when you see
I agree. You see one tutorial come out, and then the same tutorial comes out 6-8 times.
Yeah, like same character, same
exactly. And you know they learned off that original tutorial. Yeah. You know they did. They watched the same video you did.
Well, I mean, I don't blame. Some people like to go through exactly the same thing, so they don't get lost. But I like to experiment like that. In a bunch of cases, that didn't work for me that well. Sometimes I just skip through something because I'm trying to do something else immediately, and it's like, okay, I don't know how to. Like, I missed one portion of tutorial because I didn't pay attention. Then I have to go back.
Yeah. So what was the first thing you printed that you designed?
I bet it's on his desk.
I bet he's looking. He's looking.
It's on his desk next to his cat.
It was actually one of the guns that I did.
You got it on your screen? We could share it.
Nah, it's somewhere on my YouTube channel. I was trying to make a Nerf gun, and that was the first thing I actually modeled. But
Telli's like the master of the Nerf guns.
Oh, I love Nerf. I love the 3D printing scene with Nerf guns right now is amazing. It is insane. I need to get like parts and stuff. I gotta print one.
They do nice modifications.
Oh, they do amazing work, man. Like the stuff they do is incredible. Like right now I'm beta testing this secondary blaster, and everything, even the spring system is 3D printed, and it works. It's here. One second, I'll be right back.
Wait, I'm gonna bring mine.
Okay.
All right. It's right here. All right. See, so check this out. Okay, I'll wait till he comes back.
He went to get his.
All right, right on. So check this out. So you see this? The whole spring, everything, there's not one metal part in here besides the screws, okay?
Cool.
Yeah, and it's a really nice design. So you got your switch will fit in here. Takes sort of normal, but it's a really nice design. Everything's 3D printed in it. Pretty cool. I like it.
This was
yeah.
This was the second thing I did. And
get the plunger style. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I saw your video for that.
Yeah, so did I. Yeah.
I was really happy with that one. I was like a kid, experimenting and thinking that it's not going to work.
You made your own toy.
Yeah.
You made your own toy, man. It's amazing, right?
I felt really good about that. That's why I continued, experimenting with models. But ZBrush was something that I really, really wanted to learn. It was something that whenever I tried to use it, it was like software telling me, you're just too stupid for that. Just leave it.
Leave it. Just
like I was like, what? How? Where? No,
ZBrush does that to me.
I didn't know the logic, and I can see that a lot of people I did a tutorial that it's actually going really well on YouTube, and people are thanking me exactly because of that. They went into the software and they had no clue.
They're overwhelmed. No, they're so overwhelmed.
But I was lucky. Telli, have you ever looked at ZBrush?
Oh yeah, no, I've tried it.
It's literally like you go to another planet as far as
this is me right now looking at ZBrush.
Yeah,
I have no clue what the fuck to do, man. I seriously don't. And not only that, it's like Blender too. Like I know lots of guys like Blender, right? Because honestly, I was never a CAD guy, and then when I got into CAD, that was when Fusion in the beginning days, when everything was open, it was free, and then I started. So I don't really know any better, to be honest with you. I like Fusion because it works for me, and I've looked at Blender and other organic type of modeling, and as soon as I open that software, I'm a deer in headlights. I have no clue. And even a lot of times when I look at tutorials, they're like, hey, this is the beginning of Blender. And like 2 minutes into it, I'm still clueless. I have no clue what these guys are talking about.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
I got a couple of Udemy videos on ZBrush, and I'm like, what? It's like, how to set up your palettes. There's 4,000 of them. How the hell do you set them up? What?
Yeah. Which is unusual because I
patience
do
for
love
that.
Udemy. They got some great programs out there,
Oh,
man.
dude,
For
how do you
sure.
think I learned how to use Fusion? People were like, "Well, how do you know Fusion so well?" I'm
That's
like,
how I learned
learned.
Fusion. Yeah, Fusion. What's his name there? With the
Vladimir
360.
Mariano.
Vladimir, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He is amazing. His Fusion core is still to this day the best
Yeah,
out
one of
there
the best
ever.
ones.
And you can get it for $15 almost every day. It's amazing.
Yep.
I went literally from not knowing how to do CAD to this. By the end of his course, I made my own rubber band gun. Like, I made my own toy. My kid was shooting around. It was so awesome. My kid's shooting the rubber band gun that I just designed and printed. I was like, yes.
Not to shift the focus off Wekster for a second, but I'm gonna.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
You know, if you want to learn Fusion, he is a great source for that, because he'll even, like, I've emailed him a couple times and been like, "Hey, dude, I am trying to make this and I can't wrap my head around how to do it." And he'll be like, "Oh, just try this." And I was like, "Oh."
I've hit him up on Facebook, just because normally, like, if someone hits me up on Facebook, that's not a friend. It goes into a different category, so I kind of got to look at it, right? And I've hit him up many times on there, and he's answered me back right away for sure. So now, what's on the horizon here?
Guy.
What's coming up next? Tell me what's coming up next.
I know what's coming up next. Do you want to premiere it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Is it on your screen or do you have it printed?
I had it printed, but I left it at work.
Oh,
boo!
Yeah.
Show it on your screen here. Hang on.
Oh, show it on screen. Yeah, let's put that whole nice right on.
Okay, that's the new model. I call it the.
That's
sphere.
a great ball. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
I saw that in a movie.
Yeah.
I heard that's called Balls Deep. That movie.
So. Wait. Okay, the new model is this guy. And nice. It was killing me. This was the first time that I did something anime, and it was kicking my butt over and over again.
Did it make you learn a lot?
Week and a half. Yeah. Just that I need to push sometimes to do it.
Did it make you learn a lot? Yeah.
Did you see how unhappy he was about it? Yes.
Yep.
I think
that looks
did
awesome.
Everything. I did everything so many times. I did hair like 4 or 5 times. This is actually not the final one. Wait, this one is final one. Yeah. I had more details. I redid body for, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. I was unhappy with stuff that I did. So now it's kind of there. Now
the proportions look amazing on it.
Thanks. That was also one annoying thing, because proportions of Goku and overall anime things are not the same as proportions.
They're exaggerated. Yeah.
So I had to figure out that. And
look at that flowing cloth and how beautiful that looks.
Oh, let's see the stand there. Can you raise that? Can we see the stand?
Oh, he's still working on that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
cool.
stand. The stand. Wait.
Oh, nice.
There.
Oh, that looks great. So now, can I ask you another thing? Since resin
does that
printers,
say Eastman on the back there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, Ethan. Now, since resin printers are, becoming more and more popular, are you going to do some designs? Because I know you do multicolor ones. I know you kind of cater to that. Not that this couldn't been printed in FDM. That's not what I'm saying. But are you going to do some ones that listen, guys, like you said, it's going to need supports or printed in resin?
This one, I still need to figure out how to cut it. I'm gonna definitely make one version exactly like this, so people will have to bear it with the support. I will do one slice
again,
and I'm thinking about
there you go. You're back.
Yeah, I'm thinking about making even a multi-material version, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, that's going to take some work. That's a heavy multi-material one right there.
I tried to
Don't worry, Chris will paint it. It'll be fine.
I don't
there you
paint
go.
anything.
print the
The
base.
closest I get to painting these days is the rub and buff. That's like nope.
I meant in Hub. You'll paint that stuff.
Oh yeah, canvas. I'll paint it.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, that looks cool. Right on.
Yeah,
that's a nice filament. That blue's amazing.
Yeah.
Is that the Filamentum?
Yeah.
Was it the crystal ice blue? Is that what it is? Something like that. Yeah. Crystal clear blue.
It's really great filament. I love it. I'm
it's on sale at Digimakers.
What?
It's on sale at Digimakers. Filamentum.
Digimakers.ca Canada.
I just got the email.
I'm
so that's coming up. Nice. Well, that's awesome. Right on.
Thank you.
So when do you think you're going to be happy with it and and release it? Because I know you, like you said, you always have deadlines for yourself. So
well, I'm more or less happy with it. I'm kind of at that point where if I start doing more, I will probably go in the wrong direction. And
you're going overboard, yeah.
And I want to do other stuff this month, so I will probably try to finish it by Monday. I'm gonna do some test prints today and tomorrow, and hopefully everything will be fine for Monday release. So.
Excellent. Yeah. I won't wait for that. Another thing that probably sets you apart from, again, most other people that I've noticed, and it's only because I'm in your Discord, a lot of people don't take, and I want to say this properly, but constructive criticism or things like that in a good way. And you really do. Like, I mean, we bust your balls pretty hard sometimes.
I'm okay with that.
But that's something like you're okay with it. And if who's in the group that does like the dioramas? Is that Fred?
Fred. He's in the chat.
Yeah, it's Fred. He's in the chat.
Yeah.
Fred, this guy right here.
Yeah.
He makes these whole dioramas out of, or like Wekster will release.
Yeah, that's right.
Whatever
They're cool.
New
They're so cool.
Whatever new mini dude, and he'll make this whole diorama around it.
And
it's so great.
It's amazing. Yeah.
And I know for a fact there are some modelers out there that'd be like, "Why are you messing with my shit?" You're like, "Yeah, man, that looks great. Do it. You should do this." That's something that I find really nice about the fact that I give you my money. Yeah.
Look, I got my first job because someone believed in me, and my professor set up the job interview with his neighbor. I came to job interview, and the guy was like, "I haven't seen your professor for a very long time. I don't know what
the fuck's going on."
Yeah. And but he saw my work and he completely trashed it, but he saw the potential, and because of that he opened a lot of doors, and that was something that I was like, okay, this person believed in me in some way, helped me, and I evolved from that. I learned from that. So whenever someone is doing something, I will never try to kill that idea. Especially if someone is doing something really great, something amazing like Fred. I know if Chris, if you can find his Patreon page right now, and just
I was going to say that if you could do some banner social links, because we got the new banner stuff. If you could do that, that'd be awesome.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. I know. Well, come on, man.
Fred has a Patreon page? Fred, you have a Patreon page? I'm talking to you. Fred,
YouTube, Instagram.
Fred, I don't even know you have a Patreon page.
So
I've been so busy, I haven't been in the chat much.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, so do you get to do you enjoy as much as we do what you work on? And what I mean by that, are you like a super nerd like us too, that you like Die Hard, you like Hellboy, you know, I know you love Hellboy, but like all these things, like, because I know we ask you to make it. Is there ever been like a, you know, you're like, oh God, you know what? All right, fine, I'll freaking make it. You know what I mean?
Hang on, Telly. Fred, post your Patreon page. I'll put it up on the screen.
You mean like when people ask for Optimus Prime?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Hashtag fuck Optimus Prime, by the way.
Fucking Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. Sorry, yeah.
No. Sorry, it's Optimus fucking Prime.
I'm totally geek. I like all the nerdy geeky stuff.
Yeah.
I was never bothered by politics and serious stuff. I was always everything was about comics, movies, shows, games, and awesome. I mean you can see that I'm modeling. Mostly geeky stuff. I'm editing game trailers. I'm doing all the stuff that I like.
Fred sent me the link.
And I got to mention again, guys, make sure that you follow us on all his other social media, because besides the modeling, some of his game trailers are honestly, it's just amazing. It really is. Oh, there we go. All right, there we go. We got the banner going. Nice. Oh no, it's true though, and I think sometimes that's one of the great things. These are like when we taught to Sean. When we talked to Sean, you know, he was not a 3D printing guy. He's a film. That's his background, and he just happened to come across 3D printing. And to me, I'll say it again and again and again. I love 3D printing because everyone comes from some other way. You know, no one started in 3D printing, right? They came into it as a hobby. They found it somehow, you know, and that's why I love it so much, because you get everyone from anything, you know, and it's crazy.
What I like about 3D printing community is that everyone is or pretending to be nice. It's less toxic environment.
Fuck that.
I don't pretend to be nice.
No, fuck that. I get myself in too much trouble. Back in the day, I used to get so angry and stuff, and now I don't do it. But yeah, no. You're right though, and that's true. And you know, and that's why I kind of like when you were asking when guys won't know, but when we're off camera, he's like, well, what about swearing? We're like, well, fuck, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, because you do see it, and you know, and let's be honest here, you see it, and you know they're kind of being PG, or they're not taking a stand on like an issue because that would affect their channel or their shit, right? You know what I mean?
Well, I like that some people are like way too polite, because the kind of their brand, you know.
Yeah, true that too. I got you on that. Yeah.
I'm swearing a lot.
I'm not that guy. I'm definitely not that guy.
I have no fucking clue what you're talking about.
No, really,
I'm old. I'm gonna be 50 in a month, and like, I don't have patience for shit. What?
Yeah, I'm 45. We've all lived our lives. I don't have time. Like, listen, I could be polite, but it doesn't mean I can't speak my mind at the same time.
I know how to be polite, but I also know how to speak my mind.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So what's coming up? So you got the Goku, which thank you so much for showing that. That looks amazing, man.
Thank you.
And what's up? What's coming up?
Wait, what else is coming up? Hold on.
Oh, Ducky.
This is my big tree tech duck that I got with I just got another SKR and stuff, and
I'm not gonna share what's coming after that, because I have few ideas, and when I actually grab onto one and start shaping it into something that I feel more comfortable, then I'm gonna announce it.
Then you'll show something. I got you.
Yeah, usually I have I'm working on 2-3 models at the same time, but now I was so focused on Goku that I just stopped everything else. So
Goku took over your life.
Yeah, I can't.
So are we going to see more of that from you? Are we going to see, like, don't get me wrong, we all love the mini dudes, of course, you know, we love that, but are we going to see some more, like, some more maybe organic, more lifelike, or, statues and characters and stuff from you? Like, do you feel like, is that where you're going?
That's the part of upgrading, let's say it like that, learning stuff. My last few busts are 10 times better than the previous one in technical way.
Busts really have been fantastic.
No way, the clothing texture on the McClane bust is amazing, man, for sure.
Like, I'm a huge Bruce Willis fan. In fact, I used to have like super crazy long hair, and when I decided I was going to cut my hair,
I was
like, I'm growing his haircut right now.
Yeah,
I literally went, you know what? Bruce Willis is bald, and if Bruce Willis can be bald, then it's
we can
cool.
all do
I'm
it.
good.
We can all do it. Yeah,
you know. So that, and I was like 29, so I went from like crazy long hair. I donated it and I shaved it all
because I like that.
Now it doesn't grow anymore.
You know, talking about not to toot your own horn because you're awesome, but at the same time, it's nice to see that you're pushing yourself. You know, you're not just relying, okay, well, I could do mini dudes for freaking ever and people are going to pay for that. You're pushing yourself to do other stuff though too, right? Which personally, that's why when I support a Patreon, I like to see that they're doing different stuff all the time. Like, they're not just doing, oh, well, I got to know them because of Star Wars and that's all they're doing. No, they're doing other stuff like Romancing in the Stone. They're doing crazy stuff from other stuff. And to me, that's what makes it interesting, right?
Yeah, I because again, I'm talking to my two dudes all the time, Fortis and Eastman. We are constantly thinking about that. Should we continue just doing fan art or push more into some other stuff, some original? We have some really crazy plans. I'm really excited about some stuff that we plan to make. Still, I cannot mention it, but if we do something together like that, it's gonna be epic.
Oh man, you guys get together and do something. It's gonna be goddamn amazing.
They're gonna make the whole Autobot line.
It's gonna break the internet. It literally will. Yeah.
You know what? Honestly, so kind of going back to the whole like comparing your mini dudes to the pop figures.
Okay.
You know what I would love to see in like certain instances, like not for everything, obviously. I would love to see you making like vehicles to put them in. Like I have, so like Sarah, my wife,
or even extra side props.
Crazy about Wonder Woman. Like I'm Captain America, she's all Wonder Woman, and we have our things. But I bought her because like collect the pops. I bought her the special edition Wonder Woman that came with the invisible jet. And the pop literally sits in it.
Nice.
You know?
Yeah.
And they have so many things like that. I would love to see a couple of things like that. Like I was particularly thinking about, you have the Ghostbusters. I would love to see you do the Ecto 1.
Oh, the Echo one. Whoa, that'd
just like
be amazing.
Just like cutouts in the top where you just put all four of them in.
Yeah, and the heads stick out. The heads stick out. That would be amazing. Yeah.
That would be really
I agree. Cool. I'm with you on that one, Chris, for sure. Like, I'd love to see you do the Echo 1 for your one. That'd be good.
I would love to see that because I don't want to say it would be easy because it wouldn't be.
Of
but
course not.
I don't see.
Look, he's like, fuck you, shut up.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you.
Like, shut the fuck up, would you? Jesus.
No, Ecto 1 was something that I planned to make after I did that Puffy DeLorean, but Puffy DeLorean kicked my ass, so I was like, I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah, that would probably be something cool, but
because again, I was saying like extra props, you know what I mean? Like for some of your characters would be great, like having an open hand, so like you could put extra props in it or something like that. Like to me, that'd be killer. Like that'd be awesome.
Look, the biggest problem is that I am only one person. I cannot do so many things at the same time.
Did you hear what he just said? Would you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, that's what he said, basically.
That's what he said. Yeah, basically. Yeah.
I would like to do so many things.
I know. I got you. You only got so much time to do everything, right?
I did one diorama for Mini. It was like Princess Leia and R2D2.
Yeah.
And
I love that one.
And
Come on.
And then Fred took over. I don't know if that was one of the
I know
reasons.
Fred ruined shit because you're like, oh, that was nice. I came out with this, and he does something. You're like, well, I can't compare.
I was so happy that he started doing that. I was like, yeah, I don't have to do that. I can still modify stuff.
Okay, well then.
I don't have to put the work into it.
Challenge issued, Fred.
Fred. Yeah.
Ecto 1 Fred.
Yeah, Ecto 1. Yeah,
I just took the gauntlet and dropped it in front of you.
Yeah, Fred asked, when are we gonna do something that we spoke about? Probably next month. We have one plan to do one diorama.
So, I like that idea. You guys getting together to do something would be amazing.
Yeah.
So Optimus. So Chris Browning just said.
Go Browning.
Yeah. So Optimus Prime doesn't sound so bad now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Hashtag fucking Optimus Prime, by the way.
Wait, hold on. All right, I'm posting Fred's Patreon in the chat.
100%. Check him out. Oh, yeah, there you go. Pump that on the banner too, if we can.
I did.
Yeah.
I just put it in. Anybody who wants Fred's Patreon, it's in the chat.
Nice.
And if I remember, Fred, remind me when the stream is over to put it. I'll put it in the comments.
Yeah,
in the description box.
Yeah,
cool.
For sure.
Which we also have links to Wekster's Patreon,
everything,
and his
Patreon,
My Mini Factory page, and his Thingiverse page. And I think I think your YouTube channel is in there too.
So now talking about all that too, you also still release free models.
Sometimes when I get chance, but like doing free models is a good promotion for me.
That's what I think, right?
But I kind of feel guilty doing those because I want to give everything to my patrons.
I got you. Yeah, the guys that are paying for you.
Not paying it. Yeah, they're paying definitely. But but the motivation that I get from all my patrons is something huge. That's what motivates me every single day to do more, to learn more. And when I do something free, it's like I should have.
You feel like you cheated on them?
Yeah, kind of. Like like we were having discussions. Should some of the models that I've made be available like after a year or
Gotcha.
And still I'm not for that. I'm keeping it.
I agree with you, man. I agree with you. If the guys paid for it originally, then why keep it to them, right?
But since it's Christmas time, I think I will pick one of the models. Patrons will pick which one, so that's gonna be a
give it away.
One. Yeah, I think that's fine.
That's cool. I like that. Yeah, in the spirit of Christmas giving.
Yeah, I would like to throw glitter now.
And also, Fred, I didn't
fucking unicorn in the background.
Realize you had a page, so I just started support on my computer over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you, Fred, too. Honestly, I apologize. I didn't know you had a Patreon. I'm gonna follow that because I love your work, man, for sure. So I'm gonna follow that too, 100%.
So there, you just
I
was
there. Patreon.
Were you?
Were you? Oh, nice.
I think I was Sean's second.
Oh, Eastman, when he came out, I blew that shit up to everyone because
my god, me too.
Oh, I had printed so much of his bust from My Mini Factory and stuff that as soon as when he came out, I pumped that shit out. I might not have been the first, but I'm pretty sure I was the first 10. You know what I mean? I was like right there. And that's the other thing I want to say to other people. when you have a Patreon, make sure that you read those emails because they have the Discord links. And honestly, most of all these Patreons, the community is very active. People are there, they're hanging out, they're showing stuff, they're talking, they're bullshitting, just having fun, right? You know what I mean? Like, so make sure you check out those Discord links because they are a shitload of fun for sure, man.
This one, Browning?
Yep.
Browning's mentioning this one right now.
Oh, yeah. Captain America, I got that same one too.
I actually printed this 45 centimeters tall.
I have a few of his things, and I have a Hellboy.
I haven't even printed that yet. Hi, puppy. Wow,
it's really great.
Yeah, I haven't printed Hellboy yet. The last one that I did from him was his Mandalorian. I also have your Mandalorian. This was actually, I was just testing out. I had just rebuilt another Mega S, and I was just kind of testing it out. So I printed a big Mando.
What is he doing?
I'm trying to get this goddamn bottle out of a box. 1 second. Sorry.
Oh, here's my zombie John Wick.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
I love my zombie John Wick.
Oh, this is one of my favorite. Here we go. All right, so I got to try to come here. Sorry, guys. All right, this is one of my favorite. This thing, Ninja Turtles, man. I am like a mega Ninja Turtle fan. This thing is amazing.
You know that's Wekster, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Boom. All right. All right. Kabam. And that's that. Hey, this is that, Chris. That's that Orion Galaxy Blue.
Yeah, it's the same stuff. It's what I did this in.
Yeah, love that. And of course, boom.
Yeah, I actually. So Wex, I actually started printing this yesterday morning in multi-material, and then I got a jam, so I killed it, and then I had to get out of the house because I didn't have time to clear the jam because it's in a Titan Arrow and it's a pain in the ass. And so then today I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do the Bruce Willis.
I have one, but it has an error. One of my subtools wasn't closed properly, so I got this issue. No, you didn't fix that one.
Yeah, I did.
You fixed this thing.
I also fixed that. I fixed all of them.
No, you fixed it for yourself.
That's right. I fixed it for myself. I can send it to you if you want.
No need.
I was like, you have the originals, right? But yeah, so I was really bummed. But you know, the funny thing is though, I didn't really have any browns. My filament stock has gone like way down because I've been multicolor printing a lot. So I just ordered a bunch of browns today, so I can do it. And I didn't even I ran out of red, so I went to print your Darth Vader, and then I was like, I don't have any red. Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I hate that when you have no color.
This is me trashing a company. Not really trashing, but not really recommending a company. I was in a pinch. I needed some red filament. So I decided I was going to order some of that Overture filament from Amazon.
Overture, that's their the Amazon filament. I'm going to be honest with you. They came out with the Kodak printer. As far as I know, the printer is actually really nice, but the filament is crap.
That Overture filament came out of the bag. It was beautifully sealed, breaking. It jammed.
So it was already brittle.
Two of my pallets. Like, it comes out of the package. I'm returning all of it. I said the RMA today. I literally, like, two of my pallets, both my pallet twos, had little breaks of filament all through them. I had to pull them all apart.
Ooh, that sucks.
Yeah. That's bad.
So now you got the minis. Now you're coming out with the Goku. You got everything going on. What are you busy with right now? Like besides 3D printing stuff, what are you busy with? Because like I said, you do great game trailers and stuff. You got something that you're going to be putting out soon on like Insta or like Twitter or something like that?
Well, I need to do some other videos for my channel. I was kind of happy like last week because I cleaned everything from my list of trailers, and I was like, okay, until the next year starts, I don't have to do anything anymore.
So you cleared your to-do list.
I thought that, but then my friend who is co-founder of the company, he was like, you know that thing that I forgot to mention to you? And
actually, if you forgot to mention it, I don't know.
And it turned out that we forgot two things. So I have two trailers to finish by the end of the year, and that's one of the things that will probably occupy my time. And some other models, I'll try to squeeze at least one Christmas model.
Yeah. And if you could give Chris your other like your other social media stuff, that's for your trailers and all that, because like I said, if you haven't seen the Star Wars, if you guys missed it earlier, it was like, what did you say, 15,000 or like what did you say? You had a hand paint those on there.
It was a lot.
It's amazing stuff.
I wrote somewhere that stuff. It was really painful to do everything by hand.
Sounds ridiculous, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it looks so good.
Oh, it looks so good. Oh, it looks so good.
Isn't it worth the pain?
Best thing was one of the last scenes in that Star Wars movie was when guys are like high, and they're like, okay, we need.
What
to
are
get
they?
high. Yes,
they were telling.
I was waiting for them to get stoned, and it was really cold outside, and I was freezing my ass. So they were like, yeah, it's really gonna help us, and they were in the mood. All of that was great. So like a few years later, I'm invited to one of the plays where both of them were acting, and they were acting like stoners, but they weren't stoned. And I was like,
but they weren't stoned. Oh, really? Oh, so they were just acting that way. Oh no! So they were just fucking with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. You didn't even know.
Nope. They are good actors.
Browning wants to see this. I'll just tell him no for you. I'll say no. Wait your damn.
You might see in December. No, it's not coming. He already said he's not going to do it.
Be patient.
He gave the Goku. Come on, we had a premiere of the Goku. I think that's pretty damn good, to be honest with you. I think that's sick, man. So you said that's going to come out Monday, you think?
Yeah,
I
hope everything should be fine. I've did some tests. It looks fine. Sometimes when I finish the model, because I was doing something really fast, I do some errors that I need to spend hours and hours.
Gotcha.
Fixing it's so annoying. So I don't know.
I got a photon just sitting here waiting for that to come out, man. Sitting here. It's brand new, sitting on my table, man.
Yeah, I have a brand new one sitting right here too. It's just like I haven't even done it. I haven't even plugged it in yet.
And then me and Chris, it's funny, me and Chris were on, remember I said, I was out for we were talking before we came on stream, and I was like, I was a little tipsy. I'm like, Chris, come and talk to me on camera. And then all of a sudden, I won't say what it was.
A little tipsy.
Yeah, but me and him both got like this killer deal from a really nice, a good 3D company, right? And they gave us this killer deal, and I was like, "You bastard! I wanted to buy all two of them, but they told me you bought one, you pal." I was like, "I wanted all the printers, man. Shoot, yeah, it was funny. It was pretty
good." Yeah, Browning actually has a dozen. He has like 50 photons at his house right now.
Jeebus, what?
Just waiting for models.
OG photons?
Yeah.
Oh, OG photons.
He's waiting. He's going to set them all up in his barn.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to print an army of the Mando.
Yeah.
So that way, he'll have all the clones.
Predator, Chirons, you name it. Yeah, freaking nice. I'm going to say again, and we've mentioned this before, Chris, when we were talking. I'm going to say again that I think Anycubic is one of the most underrated 3D printing companies out there. It's just a fact of life. They make amazing printers, and everyone talks about CR10 and this. Don't get me wrong. There's reasons why people talk about that. I understand that.
I like my CR10s. I mean, I just sold one of them.
You do. You love your CR10.
But I mean, I mod the shit out of them, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing. And I'm going to tell you, man, like, I got Anycubic sent me an Amazon return for free. They're like, hey, we know you can fix it up. It literally, there's nothing wrong with it. The 2 fans were in the wrong ports. It plugged in, boom. And that thing, dual Z, also dual Z end stops. It's a beast of a printer. The Photon, as we know, the Photon, you know, you love the Predator, right? You love that. You love the Charon, or what do you?
Yeah, I did a 2-part on my channel. They just sent me the new uprights. Yeah. So I got my new uprights.
And as we've seen, they're coming out now with the same thing, dual Z, and so the Max is going to be crazy.
Well, the new they have the new Mega X coming out. Have you seen that?
That's right. Sorry, that's what I meant. The Mega X, man. Oh, see that? It's going to be great.
You know the Anycubic Mega S, the Prusa size one, the i3.
The i3 Mega or whatever.
They have the Mega X coming, so it's basically 310 by 310, I think, or 300 by 300 by like 310.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's the same build as the Mega S.
I love their system. Like I said, what a lot of people, when they look at like, oh, I want dual Z, and no one puts dual Z end stops. It's the most almost ridiculous. The dual Z end stops, it's never on level. It's beep, beep, beep. You're done. It's the best system ever.
I have a farm of them in the next room, and I never level the beds because of those.
I never level I never level the bed. I leveled it once, and it's been that way for months. That's it.
Wekster, do you level your beds?
No, I have.
Do you use auto bed leveling on your stuff?
I have one CR10 at work, and I actually leveled the beds yesterday. I don't know what happened, but for some reason, my colleague is using that. It was in the I bought it. It was my second printer, and I just needed space in my office, so I threw it in the other one. Now he's doing some modifications for himself, and for some reason, everything was leveled. I leveled the bed a few days ago. Everything was perfect, and he just removed one print from the bed. He tried to print one more, and the bed was completely off.
Out of level, yeah.
So I had to do it again. It was like I haven't leveled beds because I'm printing everything on Prusa. I have 2 Prusas, and I have no issues with anything.
See, and I was gonna say almost the same thing. I know everyone loves the bigger, this monster stuff, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I print helmets and stuff, all this stuff. Really, 200 by 200, you really don't need for 98% of anything you're going to print. You don't need this huge printer. And the great thing about that is it comes with less problems. The bed is a small printing area. You don't need auto level. It's a small bed. It's going to be flat. You can work it out. You know what I mean?
See, my problem, wanted to be like the size queen of printers, where I have
love big printers.
Well, there's a reason for that though. Because I have 4 pallets. So if I was to use a Prusa size machine, whether it was a Prusa, an i3 Mega, whatever it is,
yeah,
and I'm doing something that requires a pretty hefty purge block, then I'm losing a third of my print space.
Yeah.
So
but at the same time, though, once again, how big are you? You're not going to print some,
but I do
100-hour, multi-hour.
When I first started Versus 3D, I was doing really big prints.
You were doing big prints. That's true. Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with you.
I've done stands for people that are they're bigger than my arm span.
Oh yeah, and check it. And by the way, check out Chris's freaking Instagram. He has some amazing clock sign displays that he's posted out there. Just some amazing stuff.
Here, I just did these for somebody. They're not. I haven't put the guts in them yet, but
yeah, those are some clocks. Yeah, with the palette, look great. So now, so let's get back. So especially I was thinking about multi-material. Now, is that be also you find that's a more thing that people are asking for? It's like, oh, I'd love that, but it'd be great if it was set up for multi-material. Now, that's almost got to be a pain in the ass. You almost got to be like, oh, you fucking guys, goddamn. All right, fine, I'll make it that way, right? You know what I mean?
I'm doing most of my stuff for multi-material, and
you're planning that way when you design.
Yeah, well, I model
cool.
everything in pieces because of that, and everything takes much more time.
That's right. That makes sense.
And I absolutely hate that process.
That's what I was getting to. That's got it right. It's got to suck.
You have a palette and an MMU too, right?
I have Palette 2 Pro and S Pro. They sent me one to print new stuff with it.
That's right.
And my MMU 2 is not working. It's currently disconnected.
Oh, surprise! Sorry, hashtag not hating.
That's the only thing that I don't like from Prusa. It's real. Like
it's always been a beta. I'm going to say right now, the multi-material system for them. And I'm not trying to hate on Prusa. They've if it wasn't for them, a lot of us wouldn't even have 3D. But that multi-material system has always been a beta system, and it still is. And I know people might be mad at me for saying that, but that's legitly what it is. They still haven't worked out the bugs. Like, honestly, let's be real.
I have a bunch of patrons who are using only MMU2, and they
it works for some people.
But
I'm not saying that it doesn't.
I got mine like in the first wave, so there are probably some problems that I never fixed.
I got you.
And like later I got one of the palettes and everything worked fine. I had in a year, let's say 10 successful prints on MMU2, and in a month I had 15 from palette. But every machine can be faulty for some reason. Like
and that's true too. Don't get me wrong. It's just when you compare it to something like I said, like the palette, where it's like, first of all, it's not this big crazy thing. It's just this box. You sit down, put some filament in, and it is a tool. You do have to train it. You have to work with it. But once you do, it's a very beautiful set compared to like 4 rolls pumping in a bunch of extruders, right? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, palette works fine. I'm only missing at least 1 or 2 additional colors. Always,
when we had Mitch on, he was like, he looked at me, he was like, okay, so really, give me a number. I'm like 8.
8. Yeah, that's what he said. That's what we said on stream. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, 8.
Like, I want 8
because you can almost have.
I want the ability to use 2 palettes. I want to be able to use a palette on each of my IDEX extruders.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Still have 8.
Oh, that'd be so sick. You literally have your color system would be amazing, to be honest.
I know. I wouldn't even, because right now I'm sitting here looking at this screen over here where I'm monitoring my my John McClane.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and I'm gonna do a manual color change, and I'm looking at it going, that's not gonna happen before I go to bed.
That's okay, that's gonna be when I wake up. That's still paused.
Like that's gonna be like I'm gonna slow the feed rate down to 50 until I wake up.
Yeah, that's right.
I got so used to the sound of palette. At the beginning, it was really noisy. And
the cutter.
Now
the cutter's loud.
Now I just freak out when I don't hear.
You don't even notice it now. It's just background noise.
Man, you should have a Palette Plus. The Palette Plus is so loud. I can hear it when it's running with those doors shut. And it's so like, keep in mind. So if I have those doors open, that's my print shop, and it's like 16 feet to the other wall, and the palette is literally on the other wall, and it is so loud. I can hear it every cut. I can hear it when it's splicing. I can actually hear because it's such a different system, because the new ones have the little splice core.
That's right. The new system.
This one doesn't. It actually has an arm, like a mechanical arm that goes. So if here's the filament, there's the mechanical arm with the heater.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just
moves.
getting this in now. Sorry, I'm just getting this in now. He is doing Optimus Prime.
Oh, excellent. This just in. Should I put that on a ticker?
Fucking Optimus Prime.
But yeah, the arm that moves the heater that heats the splice tube. So it's a copper splice tube in those.
Mhm.
Those are loud, man. I mean, but it's still, it prints so beautifully though. Like I can't touch it. I still use it all the time.
Ooh, I was so pissed around Halloween. I modeled the Pumpkin Queen, and I wanted to print that in multi-material. And like every printer, I started after a few hours, like not few, like 7, 8, 10 hours. I got like bad. I got some error in palette. And I was so pissed, like, what is wrong? What is wrong? What is wrong? I tried to change different colors, again, the same stuff. I had 6 or 7 prints that failed in total, like probably over a week. And then, like, I really didn't know. I was talking with people from Mosaic, and they were suggesting stuff, and nothing of that worked. And
I hate when that happens.
And then I started thinking, like, what could it be? What could it be? I've changed the filament. I replaced everything. Like everything should work. Wait, I changed the filament, and then I went back, and I've noticed that in every print I had one of the filaments that was test filament that I got from one company. The tolerance wasn't that great.
Oh, so it screwed up everything.
Yeah.
So that one filament out of all the filaments was fucking everything up.
I had 3 different colors, like in every kind
You must have been
setup.
I
had
been so mad when you
one of
realized
those.
that shit. I hate stuff like that when it's like the simplest thing and you spent days or like even weeks, and then all of a sudden you realize it's like this one thing that could have been like 2 minutes.
Now I have
nice.
Now I have this. The problem is I have a skin filament that I bought like a year ago, I think, and it's constantly sitting outside, and now it's so brittle. It just gets broken in most of the time inside the palette, and
that's what you get. Yeah,
it must be Overture filament.
The headless horseman.
It must be Overture. Yeah,
it must
that's
be
the worst
Overture.
Part. Then you got to pull off all the acrylic
Chris
pieces and get in there.
Hashtag Chris hating on Overture, by the way.
Chris hating on Overture. True story. But yeah, I mean, I love mine. I use them constantly.
So I know you gave a couple hints here. I feel like you can't officially say, but I feel like a couple things you say. It feels like you, Fotis, Eastman, you're working on something, but you can't say nothing about it.
Yep, that's pretty much what he said.
I know that's pretty much what he said. I think
I'm not gonna push him.
Look, we have a lot of plans. That's. I mean, we were talking about our live streams together for a while. Now they turned into podcast.
Let's make sure we put that in the links too, because those are really cool. By the way,
my YouTube channel is already in the links. So
I just right on. Yeah. No wait,
I deny everything.
He said this. Like
this is skin filament. Oh,
this is dead skin filament.
Yeah, there's zombie. Yeah, John Wick zombie. Which, by the way, honestly, that's still a great model because it is zombie John Wick's and it looks badass.
Yeah. Well, because that skin filament that I was using is super, super light, so there was nothing I set the transition length to the maximum, and it still was like, nope. Here's some gray. Here's some black in there. Nope.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm always unlucky with that, but you know what? I'm not even trying to print so it looks great. I'm always testing my stuff. I use default options on everything just to see for even those users that are starting, could they actually print something properly or not. So I don't really have beautiful prints around me. Everything is like, especially multi-material, it's like 0.225 or something like that.
Yeah, but first of all, that print's nice. But at the same time, though, you are kind of like, beta testing all your prints. So it's not always going to work out, right? So I can understand why you're like, oh, I don't have all these beautiful prints of my prints because I print them out before any of you guys do. So
there are some situations where I've just let someone else print stuff. Only in one or two situations I was so confident to put my models for download before I even test them. But I've always mentioned, like, I haven't tested those. I don't know what.
Yeah. Disclaimer: I haven't printed this.
I like to be honest with everyone about stuff. I don't want to say that something is great. I'm not even like, I know that most of the mini dudes can be printed without any support. But in every post I put on Patreon,
every post you're like, listen, buy the crotch.
Yeah.
Put it under. Like, this is an example, same thing. This is that same super light filament.
Oh, yeah.
You can see in his face.
Yeah, but the red and yellow, that red and yellow color change is awesome.
Yeah, but as soon as the hair comes in, you can see the difference in the color, like the tone of the filament. And but this is way better because I did on my palette plus, and the other one I did on a palette 2.
And that's something I think that's amazing too right now. It's like designers like you, like, okay, well, I see what's coming up in the future. I see what's out there. I'm going to design for that. And because honestly, that helps those companies too, because guys like me are like, well, like, oh, I want to print a multi-material guy out, and I can't. So what do I do? Well, let's go look at how much the palette costs. I'll grab one of those, right?
Look, I don't like to be pushed into anything, but like
Optimus Prime.
I hear you. Optimus Prime.
Mini dudes, I was doing those as a single color. Then one of the guys that worked for Prusa started slicing those into multi-material, and then later I also started doing that because I got one, and then I started noticing those multi-material prints everywhere.
Caught on, everyone, yeah.
And then it was like, okay, I can't stop now. I need to do that.
Yeah, I need.
Well, the Mosaic group is like, people go rampant with like some of your prints.
It's nonstop. It's nonstop.
It's funny how, like, every time I go there, oh shit, another one.
Yeah, another one. Yeah. Oh, shit. See, I like that attitude. It's not like, oh yeah, they're pumping me. Oh shit, another one. Oh, there we go.
Well, now but now that you have one, now I'm like, damn it, he beat me to it because he printed it first.
Yeah. Chris loved to. He used to love to be the palette guy. Oh, I'm gonna print that out before anyone else does.
No, I'm still the palette guy.
I in most cases I really try to avoid. Sometimes I post into one of the groups, but usually I try to avoid any of those because whatever I post, people will ask for the STL.
The STL, automatically,
And I hate that I need to then promote my Patreon or whatever.
That's right. And then it looks like you're advertising and shit. Yeah, right. You're doing self-promotion.
I don't know how many times I said, like, okay, I just wanted to share my print. I'm not. I don't.
Yeah.
I know there was one print that I did it. Yeah.
That makes sense, though. It really does make sense. He
posted a picture. I forget, was it Baby Yoda?
I'm not sure anymore.
I think it was Baby Yoda. He posted a picture when he first released the multi-material one, and he posted in the Mosaic group, and people were like, oh my god, that model's so amazing, blah blah blah. And he was like, well, I did it. Well, I'm not here to promote myself. I'm like, I'll promote him. I put the links up.
Yeah, so
my wife just looked at how many beer I've drank since this stream's on. She looks at me, she goes, Jesus.
Julia, control your husband.
Chris says, Julia, control your husband. Right. She's like, right. Yeah. That's literally what she just said to me. That's why I married her. Oh, shit.
I know. Tomorrow, Sarah's coming home. She's flying over to a red eye tonight from Vegas home. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow's her birthday.
That's right. She was in Vegas for work and stuff, right?
Yeah. So, and tomorrow's her birthday. So I'm fairly confident that she's going to spend her entire birthday asleep.
Yeah, asleep. Yeah, that's right. I just got back from Vegas.
And then our oldest son is in like this very prestigious marching band, and they have a parade tomorrow. So I have to drag my ass out of bed at Sparrow Fart and take him to.
See, now it's very interesting here. I'm looking at the YouTube channel, and Chris Browning says, I think you need to promote yourself more. Stop being too humble. But I think that's why you do, because you are humble. To me, if someone's like being, oh, look at all my shit, I'm more likely not to subscribe to them or whatever, hit that button or do Patreon. I think humble
few
people
modelers that do really great work, but they're kind of dicks, and I'm like, I agree. Giving them my money.
I agree. And don't get me wrong, that's my personal opinion on them, but I agree. I think the people that like Eastman, when I pumped out when he and Chris too, you did the same thing when he came out with his Patreon, we pumped it out everywhere, and he's like, guys, there's no reason to do that. Like he was almost like, hey, please don't tell people about my Patreon. You know what I mean? And I love that. It's like that's why I'm with you.
But that's the thing. Like, and here we go. I'm gonna inflate you a little bit, but it's the fact that you, like, the both of you, like, not just you, but you, Eastman, and a bunch of other guys who have these Patreons. You guys have your Discord channels, and you make connections with people, and all of that stuff. And it's just, to me, that's great.
Yeah, and Mint's the same way. Like, you guys are very humble, right? And like I said, I think this is going to be a great stream, especially when you talked about like how you guys talk to each other and like, okay, I was thinking about a Beetlejuice, but you've already designed one, so I'm going to sit back on that and those type of things. Because, like, once again, I said those relationships, you don't see them very much in other industries, and I'm sure you've seen that, like just in the film industry, right? Like, I'm not going to work with you. We're not sharing credit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, like I said, the three of us are constantly communicating, and we are friends, so it's different. And the thing about self-promotion, it's kind of bad because a lot of people will just look at it as only that,
that's right.
Whatever you do, if you just post your print, eventually someone will ask for STL or anything, and then it's gonna go in
FTL.
and then there's gonna be a bunch of questions about copyright and I don't know what.
Oh, I know. Well, what's with that IP, blah blah blah.
Yeah, like a bunch of times when I posted something on Reddit, at the end I had to explain everything and kind of educate people. So at the end they started attacking me. They said like, okay, now we know more. We agree
now we
with you. I mean,
Fred just nailed it right here. Fred nailed it.
So I was going to ask something. I think this is interesting too, because I know everyone has different views on this. And one of my best buddies is Jeff Wicks. He's honestly, I've known him for years before he had a Patreon, before stuff. And his mindset is, listen, I don't have a selling tier, right? Because you put your plastic into it, you put your time into it, you finish it, that's yours. As long as you're not selling the STL, that's the way it is. I was going to ask, how do you feel? Like, say, someone wanted a mini dude collection, right? And they could, someone asked them to print that.
Look, I've opened and again, the three of us were like, we are kind of the team. The three of us were talking about it a lot. Like, are we gonna have commercial tiers or not? At the end, we put those mostly because of the companies. Some companies are printing our models, posting those,
using it for media exposure to promote their printer and stuff.
And if only one person is profiting, only companies are profiting from that, and we don't, that's kind of bad for us.
That's shitty. No, that's shitty. For sure.
And all of us, whoever did 3D models at least once, had to fight with someone who just took their work and started
their
selling
shit. Yeah, for sure.
So we opened that, just like we cannot prevent people from selling stuff, but at least when other because community is strong, community can ruin everyone.
Oh yeah, if you get caught, you're screwed.
Yeah. So at least they get protection from that, And I said to my patrons, if you are in that commercial tier and you cannot cover yourself, just let me know, and we're gonna figure something out, because
we'll figure something out.
If I'm profiting and you're not profiting from that doesn't work for me as well, Everyone needs to be happy.
That's a nice mindset, because it's like, listen, you are printing this stuff, and so people want you. If you're not, and we're both not doing something, that makes no sense for everyone either, too, right?
Yeah, everything is like the circle of life, everything is connected. You need to figure it out.
I'm away.
Like, what's my benefit?
Right,
Seriously, what's my benefit
if someone is a reference?
Of course.
Sorry, man. I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
Look, when I said circle of life, I knew where it's gonna go.
At least it wasn't me.
I'm that guy.
At least it wasn't me.
Yeah. So yeah, we have those commercial tiers, but I would be actually happier if I don't. So because I'm always afraid that some people will gonna have problems. For example, the Baby Yoda is now a really potential problem for everyone.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's getting taken down on EST everywhere right now. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but I mean, can you blame them? Disney obviously blew it. They weren't prepared.
No, they didn't have any toys ready. That's not our fault.
I know.
I have no clue how that happened, because even we in Croatia, we have Mandalorian figurines, the Black series out, but they don't have Baby Yoda for no reason.
I know.
They will have those in April, I think. So of course
they literally missed out on the biggest Christmas toy in the world. They literally missed out. Because even Disney put out, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Disney put out like an official thing that we will not have any official Yoda toys until after Christmas.
Yeah.
You lost zillions of dollars. Yeah.
And did you see the release the release photos? They're not even that good.
No, they're not that good either, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they're doing.
And I'll tell you, man, I am selling Baby Yodas like no tomorrows. Fucking right.
You mentioned the Discord so many times,
but not yours. Yeah.
I need to mention it. It's a really great place for me. That I've connected to a lot of people like Fred and Fernando. Actually, the Mandalorian, the mini Mandalorian, wouldn't be possible. I probably wouldn't make it last month if I haven't complained how I have problems with the helmet, and Fernando jumped in and he modeled one and he sent it to me, so he kind of pushed me into that direction. It was really great.
Put this on top of your model, you stop bullshitting us.
Here's the damn helmet. Just release
it. Here's the damn helmet. Put it on something. God damn it.
But I need to show you this.
Oh, that looks so nice.
That's sexy.
Yeah.
Did Fernando do that?
No, that's from Tommy from Graphite. He does a lot of cool stuff. I was in Budapest like a week ago, and we grabbed beer, so we talked about stuff, and he said like, "Oh, I have something for you in my car. I'm gonna give it to you later." And I was like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, oh shoot. Now I got to go to your car. Damn. Road.
But this thing is so great. Like,
oh, that is so insane. Look at that, man. That is great.
He did this coin.
Yeah,
paint job. It's really great. It's awesome.
And I love seeing. That's one of the things I do. I gotta admit, like, most of your fans are like way more like inspired than I am. I see them do stuff, and it looks like it looks like a toy, like they collected that shit, you know. And I'm just like, it inspires me too, because I just print them off and I sit them on a shelf, right? You know what I mean? And I see these guys and they paint them, and then like that, they put them in a case, and it's like, whoa, man.
Some guys even print out those Wexagons and hang them on the wall. Oh wait.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the Wexagon. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So that's a good thing. How did the Wexagon come around? Because I'm going to be honest, it only kind of seems like braggadocious, like, you guys collect my shit, so I'm going to pump this out. Now you could put them on your wall. See, he pointed at me, right?
I did it because of myself mostly. I'm lacking space. Like, I have so many models all over the place, and they're mostly mine. And many dudes are not taking that much space, but when I put them on the shelf, they take everything. So I had to figure out something different, and I had at one point decent amount of filament that I needed to spend. So I was like, okay, let's try to do this, and it actually worked. So it's
nice.
Just like, fuck yeah.
All right. As always, I'll be right back. I got to go smoke a joint with my wife, so I'll be right back.
Okay.
Right, be right back. All right, be right back.
So yeah, he had to go do that.
He's not coming back.
No, he'll be back in a minute. He'll forget what he was doing when he left, but
And he's back.
I just want to say, yes, I'll be back. Of course, I can hear you. By the way, I got it in my ear.
He's got his. We both work for Shield.
I hear you. I hear you talking that shit over there.
Yeah, we both work for Shield, so we have the earwigs. But yes, the problem for me with the Wexagons, like, I would use them, but I print them in different sizes. So I don't print them all the same size. Like the ones that I typically print them at 150%.
Okay.
Maybe it's just because I'm old and I can't see.
Well, Graphite, he does his at 170. That's his size. I like them at 80%, for example. But I print them at 100. So everyone has the size he likes, and that's great. So you can adjust the size of hexagons in the same way.
Yeah, I have a whole section of the wall over here that's like that says, "Hey, you need to print some Wexagons and put them up there," but then I just never do because I always have too many things going at once. I spread myself way too thin all the time, as I'm sure you do. I have 40 things I have to do, and they have to all be done today. Wait, I can't do that.
I usually try to narrow all of that, or I have a lot, so I just go to sleep. Hopefully that they will go away.
Yeah, sleep. I'm lucky if I'm in bed by 1, and then I'm usually up before 7 because my 14-year-old does not know how his alarm clock works.
Oh.
Or how to set his alarm on his phone, or actually just how to wake up when they all go off. So I literally have to get out of bed, go wake him up. Because it's either that or he wakes me up at 7:40 in a panic because he slept through his alarms, and then I have to jump out of bed, throw on clothes, and and drive him to school.
Yeah, that stuff happened to me like almost entire week for some reason. I couldn't hear my alarm at all. I always wake up with my wife standing over me and like, it's time, get up.
Does she have a coffee?
That sounds kind of creepy.
In her hand for you though?
What?
Does she have a coffee in her hand waiting for you? Like to be like, here,
no,
baby?
No, that's what makes her angry. Because
what dream world are you living in?
I wake up and I put the water on the stove. So that's when that doesn't happen. We all got kind of cranky in the morning.
We all get cranky if there's no water on the stove. We're getting cranky.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I wait. Like my wife wakes up earlier than I do. Then I'll wake up to take the kid to school. And when I wake up, there's coffee ready, right? Like, it's just because I don't drink a lot of coffee, but that one cup in the morning just to start the day.
I drink coffee from the time I wake up.
Oh, you're a
to the time I go to
maniac.
bed.
You're a
That's all I
coffee maniac. You
I
drink jugs of
coffee
that
and
stuff.
Gatorade.
Yeah, but what kind of coffee do you guys drink?
I drink Americanos.
I drink a lot. I drink a lot of chai. I drink a lot of freaking espresso. To be honest with you, when I do, I like espresso a lot. Italian, I guess I'm Italian, so that's where it comes from. I like espressos a lot.
If you were really Italian, you'd know there's no X in espresso.
That's why I said espresso, not espresso. See, he's trying to clown me. I got you.
We can go back and roll the recording of this,
Yeah, that's right.
So wait,
what he said.
Both of you are Italians.
Yep.
Or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're both actually not born in Canada.
Okay, I learned that today.
Yeah. But yeah, we rock this.
Well,
because
both of our last names end in an I. So that's pretty much
it. My name's Telli Mantelli. That is my real name. Don't people ask it all the time. Is that really my parents thought they were funny.
So yeah. No, I actually have like a ridiculous espresso maker. I just push button. I walk up, I throw my mug under it, I push button a couple times, and then I take my coffee and go.
It's a funny thing. People think sometimes like, you guys do a show. Do you guys actually like almost, I'd say about 3 to 4 times every morning, he'll hit me with the link and we'll just sit there and drink coffee. So what's going on? I don't know, man. I got prints going on. Like, I don't know what's going on.
I again remember our podcast from yesterday, the 40th, and Eastman and I did. It was so. I think we need a lot.
You said you guys were dying. You didn't have that much energy.
Yeah, it was. We were kind of dead inside. I could see like I'm talking something. Eastman is fighting with his decoration behind him, and Fortis is just like.
Do that Fortis imitation again.
Do it.
I cannot do it like that. I'm not the machine.
He can't do it on demand. He has to prepare for it.
I know, that was awesome. This is Fortis. Shoot, that's hilarious. That's good. That's funny as shit. Yeah, but that's the thing. Sometimes, like you try to be on and it's like, that's one thing I do like about me and Chris's show when we do stuff and people come on and like they don't know like what is this going to be, right? And we're pretty casual guys and stuff.
Surprise.
And surprise. Yeah. And it always ends up being really good. We don't have to try to have energy. We're sitting here bullshitting. It's always a good time.
I never have energy. I'm old.
Yeah, you're old. Oh, Jeeves. Where's your cane? Where's your walker?
I have one.
Jeeves.
Okay. I also have a cat who's like looking over there like, Dad, sit on your lap.
Look, it's 2 a.m. in my country. That means that it's 3 a.m.
Shut it down. Look, he's shutting it down, Chris. He's shutting it down.
All right. It's 3 a.m. in Greece, where the Fortis is. And that it's still
thanks, guys. Oh, awesome. Thanks for hanging out here, guys. We appreciate that. Hanging out here with us because we know this is international and some of you guys are in a whack time zone. It's late. We really do appreciate that. Looking at us crazy mofos sitting here laughing our asses off.
Actually, I know what could be a problem now. Yesterday, Fortis was in the ugly sweater edition. So... Yeah. It was probably warm for him, and I was in my Chewbacca onesie.
So he's in a Christmas sweater. You're in your Chewbacca onesie.
That's amazing.
And Eastman is just
being Eastman.
Yeah. By the way, Eastman told me that not to tell you that he's watching this video, so I'm not going to tell you that.
All right. Well, he's not watching it. All right.
He's not chatting.
Yeah.
He's not the chatter.
Well, I'm not going to say anything nice about his models anymore.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. No, that's because he doesn't want to ask us for him to be on. He knows he's coming on.
I already asked him.
Oh yeah, well, he's coming on, man. Yeah.
He's shy.
I know. Oh, he's shy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ryan
yeah.
says he watches out of pity.
You have no clue.
Well, we're gonna find out, Eastman. Watch out for the pity. Yeah, that's we watch out for the pity. Yeah, that's awesome. Right on. Chris Browning, he's funny as shit. Like that.
So yeah.
So why are people awake now? What was the time at your?
I know. Well,
It's only 8
I hate.
o'clock my time.
Oh
Yeah, and honestly, it's 9 o'clock my time. That's why people are awake. We're around the world, motherfucker.
Oh, look, he posted ...
There he is.
There he is. Oh, there he is. He did. He is here.
See, look, we didn't even know he was watching, and we actually said nice things about him. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I know we said nice things with him without him around.
without even knowing him that he was here.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, but it's true. Like all you guys, like I can speak for a lot of people when we really do appreciate all the stuff that you guys do. Like for the little bit of money that we throw you guys every month, and it's
I tell everyone, listen,
tiny bit.
People I see people join these things, and they're like, oh well, $20 from 100 people or something for this model. I'm like, guys, listen, go on Patreon. For $10 a month, the amount of models and things you're gonna get. You could go on Patreon, support 4 guys for $40, and you're gonna get not only as soon as you join, you're gonna get 30, 50 models from each guy. It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's just the way to do it, and not only that, because you're directly supporting the designer. What do you?
I know. I laugh when everyone joins Jeff's when they sign up for Hex 3D. They go on the server and just crash the server out because
man, when he came out with that Baby Yoda decoration thing, it literally it shut down.
It broke the internet. Yeah,
I don't know what to do. It shut it down. It's like he's like freaking Patreon, hit me up. What's going on? There's so many hits on Patreon. He just went nuts. He said it was something ridiculous, within 3 minutes, 150 people. So just imagine that, right? Within 3 minutes.
And they were,
holy
yeah, and they were all just trying to download. And he's got 12 pages on his server of models to download.
Oh, and not only man, his Patreon's killer. If you're into Star Wars, okay, you want helmets, armor, props, killer. But literally just in this last little bit, check out the whole Star Wars Christmas ornaments he's put out. He's put out so many now.
Yeah. Have you seen those ones?
He's got the Darth Vader with the separate lightsaber is amazing. Because it's on my tree right now. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. And all those things. He put out this whole series, and he's kind of like you. He didn't know. He just put it out. Boom! It blew up. So you know what he did? He just started pumping those out, and
he did this
every two. Yeah. Oh, and that one's so great. The Jabba. Yeah. Pump it up.
Jabba holding the Baby Yoda.
Yeah. And then he did the sand. What's their Juju? Judge.
The Jabba.
Yeah.
I didn't print that one, but then he did the Jawas.
Yeah, that was a good one too. Yeah. And same thing. That's what I'm telling people. Patreon. Every second day
he was coming. This one too.
Yeah, he's coming out with a new one.
Is this one of his?
Yeah. And that's it. When you go on Patreon, guys, you're gonna get your monies. Honestly, forget about I'm gonna pay $50 and get one model that I might be able to print. Right? All these guys design stuff to be printed, and you sign up, you get access to all their models and their future models going on. And honestly, listen, you spend more than $10 on coffee or freaking Java juice or a goddamn whatever it is, hit them up, man, for sure. Right? That's it.
Salesman today.
I mentioned today already Corgi Creations. I don't know if anyone is following Eric or not. He does crazy stuff, and when you figure out that he's actually doing stuff from clay and what he makes, sometimes it's
cool.
amazing.
Right on. Well, hit us up with that. We'll pump that out too. That sounds awesome. I want to follow that.
All right. Eric, post your link.
Yeah.
Post your
I
link
find
in
true
the
sculptors are
comments.
amazing. Like with clay and stuff, like true sculptors, like
Chris, you will like it. Your wife will like it. What he does. He does swords. Wonder Woman sword.
swords. Oh yeah. Oh, my wife will love that too.
Eric, post your link.
Post it, Eric. Yeah, if you're in here, post that, man. Post that link, and we'll actually add it into the description of this video too. 100% for sure. We want to make sure we share everyone's stuff and support as many people that are doing good shit in the 3D community, man, and not causing a bunch of drama, just about to have fun. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right on. Okay, at Core Geek Creations. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right on. I am gonna follow you. Oh, what did I meant to say there about that Mando helmet? Can you pop that back up?
Wait, which helmet?
Oh, there you go. The Mando.
The one on the Mini?
Pop that comment back up. Oh yeah. Oh, on the Mini. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Oh, it actually is. Oh, it's actually. Oh, yeah. It looks like it's metal. Yeah, it's insane. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I just decided.
Oh, and the display that you got. Yeah, that is that Mando. That you just got there and that display case is so amazing. That's like literally your own product. That's got to be amazing too. Like when you say, well, I met him and he said I had something in my car, and then he gives you this amazing thing that you designed and he put it in this great display. That's got to blow your mind, right? Like,
I can
because because it looks manufactured. It looks like a toy, man.
You know what was the bad thing about the whole thing? We are talking about just stuff, and because I'm chatty as hell, I was mostly talking and he was kind of shy, and he mentioned something like about Mini Mandalorian, and I'm saying how when he painted Mini Mandalorian that I didn't like the model. Because he kind of through paint pointed out how sloppy job I did, and he, converted that into oh shit, I hate paint job and everything.
Model.
But I need to give him that model, and
well, shit, I already told him.
Yeah. Oops.
So I had to explain over and over again that model or that his job was just so awesome, like.
Look, give us a close-up that honestly, like I said, that's like your own toy in your hand production. That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really great. I want you to review right this moment when you said, yeah, the look on your face is such joy, dude. You're like, yeah, it is awesome.
It's awesome, and I made this.
Yeah, and I love this shit's awesome. Yeah.
I think I just decided what I'm going to do with the Mandalorian. Because you know how I always like to make bases for your minis?
Yeah.
So I'll reprint this normal size, and I'll use Jeff's ingot as the base.
Oh, that would be slick. Oh, that'd be slick. Yeah, that'd be slick as shit, actually. Yeah.
I feel like that needs to be a thing now.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Crossover.
Look, two modelers. They're gonna come together as one.
I'm making it happen.
Now it's killing me because I want to print everything on my S4 again. Everything. I want to print everything on my S4. Because
I have the Photon sitting here just waiting, and I want to print so much of the mini dudes on it. Like the Silver Surfer is like one of my favorite characters, right? And that actually is one of the.
Oh, I have the Silver Surfer.
Even though I saw you before that, way before that, but when you put out the two different, you put out two different ones. Yeah, that's right.
Up there.
Oh, I love it, man. I love it. The Silver Surfer is just one of the greatest characters ever.
Yeah. Oh, I actually have I think a normal size. This is that terrible Overture filament.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not so great.
It still looks pretty good though.
I like the color because they actually call it space gray, and it looks like Apple space gray when you put it next to it. But yeah.
Hey, well, listen, that Uncle Jesse metallic gray stuff legitly is great. Like if you want to do a gun style or that metal style stuff, that color is insane on that filament. Actually, I don't know who he made it with. I can't remember right now, but yeah,
Ziltech.
Ziltech, yeah, that's right. Ziltech, that's right. Yeah, that's exactly who he made it with. Yeah, that gunmetal. He doesn't call it. They call it Jesse, but that really is a nice color, man, for sure. Not cheap, but it's pretty nice. You know, if you want to make something.
Well,
No, that's not true though.
Posted
too,
in the
man.
Discord yesterday. I was like, I think I've just decided I need to become a millionaire, so I only have to print with Filamentum, Form Futura, and Polyalchemy. I just want to print with those. That's all I want.
Man, Filamentum and Futurama, or what a future
Form Futura.
Forum. Oh man, they have some amazing. Their sand filament, literally. So I didn't realize, because it's a full size and it's all 5 of them, the element stones from Fifth Element, right? So I printed one and I went through over half a roll, and I was only at 10%. But at the same time, here, one second, I'll just grab it. 1 second.
He keeps getting up.
Yeah, I know. Here, 1 second. All right, here we go. Oh yeah, see. So this stuff, seriously, I don't know if you could see the differential, but the sand, it looks like sand. It's amazing. It's amazing stuff, this thing. I don't know what they do, but it looks, it looks insane for real.
This thing from Filamentum, the Muka.
Mocha, nice.
It's really amazing.
Beautiful.
I just told them the other day, like, this is one of the best colors they have, because the models, you can see all the details, how
right.
The light
it hides the lines though too, right? It is smooth.
Well, yeah, pretty smooth.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I find that like we were telling before with the Orion Galaxy, you print anything with that and it looks amazing. Just looks great.
I remember at the beginning when I started printing and searching for filament, I don't know why, but I had an impression that Form Futura and Filamentum were somewhere in America, and then I got surprised. They're actually
not. They're not. No, they're not. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's
both really great.
Well, that's like
anybody in the U.S. except oh my God, why am I drawing a blank?
CNC me?
No. Why am I drawing a blank? No, Workday, blue and white box. It's like half open. Wow, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, so random pause in the stream.
3D Fuel.
Oh, 3D Fuel. Oh, they did make some good filament.
Yeah. Their filament is really, and they're made in the U.S. But I mean, again, it's pricey.
Oh, it's pricey, but they do.
But at least it comes in kilos, not 750 grams.
They're carbon fiber.
Robbed. Like if they're gonna like Filamentum and Polyalchemy and Form Futura, all of them. Like in Canada, they're like 40, 45, 50 bucks a spool.
And that's on top, and then they got shipping on top of that. Oh.
Well, even if you buy them here, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They're 40, 45, 50 bucks a spool, and if the filament's really, really good, I don't mind paying that much. But then it's like, it's only 750 grams.
Yeah. Listen, when I can get like Econo refills for like a master spool from filaments.ca, great freaking filament for 16 bucks, and it's great goddamn filament. That's 3 spools I paid for that one spool, and that doesn't take away from Futurama or whatever. It's not saying their stuff's not good, but in this market these days, premium filament, it's not like everything's made in China these days. When we were all getting into, like you said, you were with the A-nets, right? When you're getting filament back in the days, it really was a bunch of crap shit, but it's not that way anymore. There's great companies out there making affordable filament at a good cost.
You know what's funny? And the filament that I got with Annette, we spent it at work like a week ago, and it was so much better than most of the other stuff that I got at that time.
You know what? Actually, who gave great filament was FlashForge.
Oh yeah, FlashForge did give good filament.
The stuff that comes with their printers is I have a kilo, I'm not kidding, that's probably 4 years old. I could pull it off my shelf right now and stick it in a printer and print with it.
Cool.
Well, that's honestly like a G-Tex filament that comes with them. I still have a white spool that is like I printed it, then I leave it out. Honestly, I because I know it's it came with the printer, so I just leave it out and I'll put it away eventually. I'll use it, blah blah blah. Every time I put that in a printer, it prints out great. It does a fine job. Yeah,
that's great. I'm mostly using Filamentum these days.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, they are like the closest to me, and I have a good relationship with them. So
He's famous, so he gets it free.
I'm lucky to get some stuff to test and to promote them. So yeah, that's great. I'm really not testing a lot of filament, different ones, so I have no clue what most of the other filaments.
Oh yeah, see, I test a ton of filament, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
I test a ton of filament.
I'm pretty much. I have printers just that are literally just to test filaments, and like right now, I don't want to mention too much about it, but I'm there's a company thinking about doing a specific lithophane filament line just for lithophanes. So they gave me a bunch of their stuff to test, and I'm just doing the same lithophane over and over again with each one, about 9 of them, to check it out and and to see it is. I'm always testing stuff out like that, which I think that's great too. Like filament companies trying to do better and listen to the community, right? And know that okay, well, I understand we can't charge you $60 for 2 kilos of plastic anymore, right?
I got one roll of filament, one that glint gray, whatever it's called, and I printed one of the Yuri's guns, and it blew me away. It was so great, like I couldn't see any layer lines, and then I tried to print one of my models, and I was kind of bothered by it because it was so good. It hid even the details, not only layer lines.
Yeah,
but details.
yeah. Oh, gotcha. It's too smooth almost.
Yeah. I haven't used phone.
So do you have any resin printers? Do you have any resin printers?
I had a Photon. I gave it to my friend because I got Prusa SL1. So I'm using that one mostly now. And
so you have the Prusa resin.
Yeah.
Oh, well, let's see. Pump out some prints on your social media on that, man. Come on. I want to see prints from that machine. I don't know too many people that have that machine, to be honest, Chris.
Well,
not me.
Not me.
I don't know any. I only know one person who has it. Sitting right there.
He's right there. Yeah, he's right there. Yeah, apparently. Yeah. Now I know one person that has that machine. Which, don't get me wrong, I'm not calling down on it. That's why I'd love to see it. Oh, nice.
Yeah. The
oh my god, is that oh my god, is that Prusa orange resin filament?
Yeah.
Is it? He rocks, man. That's freaking hilarious. That's great.
It's kind of going to that melon yellow color that Filamentum has, and also it reminds me of Isan's resin. They also have that kind of orangey yellowish.
That orangey yellowish sunshine. Sunrise, I call it. Sunrise, I call it.
They look pretty similar. I'm pretty happy actually with the printer. It's really quiet. Like
isn't it?
It's my second.
So the fans aren't very loud on it or anything like that. Because that's one of the we know with like the Photon, the fans when it's going can be loud. Not crazy, but they're loud, right?
It's really quiet. I don't hear it at all. Like in most cases, I forgot.
So here's the question: what about the What about the Prusa resin? What about the smell? Because we all, we always talk about that too, right?
I don't know if I got used to that from before or not, but
yeah, you did. It wasn't a big deal.
When I turn it on, I can smell that initial like hit. But then, But then I have no problems, and then again, I'm not even in the room when it's printing. I'm avoiding that. But bunch of times when I was sitting here and then printer is like half a meter from me, I don't hear it at all.
Really?
Nice. It's really quiet compared to my Photon. Like silent completely.
And so then you must use the Prusa slicer for that also, then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it.
And how did you find that coming from like Photon with Chi2 box and stuff like that?
Chi2 box is much better still because it has all of these following holes, all of that options that Prusa slicer still doesn't have, but they are announced.
Box when it originally, like way before a lot of people knew about it, and because when resin printers first came out, I was really on board. I was grabbing a bunch of them, and they really weren't that good. So a lot of them are honestly collecting dust in my basement, right? And then recently I was like, oh, okay, I'll try again, right? So I got the Photon and stuff like that, which are great machines and so forth. And I couldn't believe, I looked at Chi2 box and I was like, damn, we do a whole suite. You could do everything now. You can hollow, you can add holes.
I can say one thing about Photon. I bought the one that still had the blue windows, you know, the old version.
Oh yeah, an old one.
The real OG.
It printed so good. Only problem that I had with it actually was with resin. It was that shitty thing 3D OK that was never okay with and for anyone. And I can say that even when my screen got broken, it was still working fine and still working fine. I gave it to my friend with the broken screen.
Yeah, and he's still using it. Yeah.
So I can say
that all the machines for sure.
Yeah, it's a good machine. I just didn't have any luck with like when I tried to communicate with people there. That was the only issue. That's why I still had
no, that's true. No, listen, back then, Anycubic, their relationships weren't that great. These days, honestly, Anycubic, at least I find my experience with them in the last while here has always been great. They get back to me right away.
Everything has changed, and now I have some people who could do stuff there, so that's good.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh, you got it in. Is that what? Did you see him? He's like, he had his hand up here, like trying to, like he's not talking shit, but he's like, oh, I know some people.
Do you know some people, Chris?
I don't know.
I know some people. Yeah, I know some people.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, look, my package from Amazon has shipped with my filament brown.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I can print Luke Skywalker in multicolor.
So the Mars, Core Geek Creations there, of course, the man. He likes his Mars, which once again, that is the good thing. Like, I'm not hating on I'm not hating on resin printers, but when I first got into them, there was no Photon. There was just, and they weren't that great. It was like, and not only that, there was no test files. Like, you were basically beta testing everything. Like it sucked. Sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't. It was brutal.
Well, now these days, I think all of these cheap printers are really good. I
agree.
Yeah.
Look, honestly, I printed. I posted that image on Instagram. I think I posted it to you guys in Discord yesterday. I printed Goku, small version, and it was 0.1, and it looks great. Like I went to the draft version because I wanted to print it out quickly. No issues, nothing, and I know that all of these printers they're even much cheaper than SL1. They work flawlessly.
Yeah. My dogs.
Dogs.
Yeah.
See,
dogs.
That's my.
Someone's apparently at my door.
I'm not gonna bash on Prusa at all, but like that's my only issue, and that's probably the reason I don't have one still. Is what makes their stuff so much better and so much different to justify the difference in price. That's my only
I honestly
issue.
feel there is no justification, to be honest with you. Well,
look,
not only that,
I can say
when you were still using zip ties a year ago, I'm going to pause on that note. Go ahead.
Look, I'm using now, like all of my printers are Prusa. I have CR10 at work. Like I said, I had Photon. I gave it to my friend. Value, they are pricey, but everything so far that I've experienced with Prusa printers, everything was fine. The communication that I have with them whenever I have problems, all the upgrades that I got, like we got a bunch of upgrades for free sometimes. Their slicer is improving, and even the default versions in the slicer work perfectly for me.
No, listen, the slicer is great for sure.
So I'm putting all of that inside the value. I'm not saying that they are not.
That is value, though. You're absolutely right. That is value.
Yeah. So
I agree. So I was going to say, when I have what's called a Cubicon style, it's a Korean printer that most people don't really know about it. It's 150 by 150 by 150. Okay, it's enclosed. It has chamber control. I bought it 3 years ago for $1,600, and I've had to do nothing to it.
That's
now,
great.
is it worth it? Now, is it a small printer? Yeah, but it prints AB. It prints everything amazing. Failed prints just don't happen on it. So, does that mean it's worth the money I paid for it? Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Well,
Look, I'm not screwing with it. I'm not replacing parts on it. I'm not messing. I'll be honest with the Cubicon style, their firmware is not open source, right? But I never needed to because I pushed play and it printed great.
Yeah, I feel the exact same way about my FlashForge. I think it's 4 years old now, and I think I paid like $1,800 for it.
Yeah.
And I don't do anything to it. I leveled the bed today for the first time in probably 6 months.
Yeah.
I just press print, and I have it. And the funny thing is that I finally got it. The GPX for plugin for Octo actually works really well now, so I can finally use that with Octoprint. So I literally slice, drop it over to the Octo.
But I will say this, though. I think you guys know this, too, because I know me and Chris, I don't know about you, but we like to buy Amazon returns and stuff. And literally, these people return printers, and there's zero wrong with them, right?
I wanted to say something about that. Like,
okay, go ahead.
I'm definitely like I don't like MMU. Like I said, for me it doesn't work. I tried a bunch of stuff. Maybe it's just something that it's like constantly doing stuff. But in terms of printers, I had no problems whatsoever. The other day, I was trying to print my mini Vader, and I had 6 failed attempts. I couldn't level the bed. I didn't know what is wrong. I cleaned the bed.
On, yeah.
I like, is this like breaking apart now? And I couldn't figure out like what the fuck is wrong with this thing, and I constantly voicing inside my head.
In your head,
I have multiple of those. He's like, it's probably your fault. It's probably your fault. No, it's not my fault. I'm doing everything properly. And then I noticed that for some reason, I don't know if it's my cat or I switched temperature to 250 on PLA.
So I have
right. I hate that stuff. Man. Right, and that's what it is. I find that a lot of times, especially if you're involved, like a lot of us in the Facebook groups and stuff, and you see, and people are like, "Oh, this machine is crap." And honestly, I'm going to tell you, I say all the time, I have over my years of time, I've had many printers. Now, right now, I still have a lot. I got over 25 printers. And you know what? I put them together. They work stock. The only thing I usually do on any of my printers is I put a better printer cooler because I do PLA, and I put better steppers if it doesn't come on it. Besides that, am I the luckiest guy ever? They just, I got 25 and they just work. Put them together properly because it's like a tool. If you don't put it, you see these guys. I even see guys like on YouTube channels. They're putting a printer together and they got it like upside down. And they think that's going to be square. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't put it together right, don't blame the company. And well, I'm sorry, but that's your fault, man.
Look, I was there also.
Oh, I've been there. Yeah.
CR10. It was printing fine. I was happy, and then all of a sudden it wasn't. Like I had constantly issues, and then I tried to mod it, and I did shit. Like I completely.
It made it worse.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my friend ordered like completely new head. We replaced it, and it started working fine.
It didn't solve nothing either.
I went back to see all of my mistakes. You know how I do that with everything else.
That's right. Yeah.
And like, okay, let's see what I've tried, like with what I tried to print with.
What did I try with it? Yeah.
I tried to print with wood.
Yeah.
Of course, it blocked the nozzle every single time.
Did that right when I first started.
Wood's the worst filament ever.
I've used the glow-in-the-dark filament, which completely ruined the nozzle.
Ruined the nozzle.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And I use some special PLA that doesn't look like PLA, but it should be smoothed with vapor, with acetone. But it's kind of a
what
PLA.
are you talking about? Poly something? Let's not say nothing. Yeah. All right. Yeah.
Something from Isan. I don't remember what.
Oh, Isan. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So of course I used a bunch of stuff that I have no clue. I had no clue at that point, and
that's right.
Of course that turned printer into shit. Then when we replaced the entire head, we started printing, and I still got really terrible prints. I was comparing that with Prusa, and it's shit. Then I used proper filament, not the one that I had with that one. I used proper. Everything got solved, you know.
I tell anyone, like, listen, if it's not because honestly, I still think these days that people, like, don't get me wrong, I like when new stuff comes out, okay, but honestly, since the beginning, from the wood frame days, you're putting plastic through a heated nozzle, right? That's what you're doing. So if you have the same results and all of a sudden it goes wrong, all right, more than likely it's not the machine's fault. You probably did something, right?
Yeah, that's true. I find the stupidest things that I do all the time, like my S4, what kind of led me to do all of these changes and upgrades to it was me being retarded.
Oh man, you ever do this? Your printer's printing great and you think, oh, I could tweak my profile a little bit more, and then you don't save that profile where it was printing really nice, and you tweak it, and all of a sudden it turns to crap, and you almost can't get back to where it was. Oh,
that's why I don't do anything. I just use default.
Yeah, I always export my profile.
Now I do that, yeah. Honestly, like all my profiles are pretty much basically same, but different bed and Z heights, right? But the profiles are pretty close to the same.
Not mine. Mine are so individual per printer.
Not mine.
I'll spend
I got
days.
Direct Drive and Bowden. That's it.
Nope. I mean, the only Bowden machines I still have are my my Mega S's. Everything else I've converted to Direct. All my I sold one of my CR10s, but I have one CR10 still that's has a Titan Arrow. I have my Chiron. I put a BMG with a V6.
Yeah, love BMG.
I have my S4 has a Titan Arrow. My Predator has a BMG. And then my Raptor is direct drive anyway. My S5 has a Titan Arrow. My the Predator,
see how much easier it is.
I know, right?
I have just Prusa.
Yeah, just for
but they're only this. Can you print a full size helmet in one shot on your Prusa?
No, but I was going to say this. So
yes, I can print any kind of helmet for my cat.
So now, are you? So then that
I
must
printed
mean that you're
helmet
using...
for Ned, who's on my lap. You can't see him, but he's here.
So that must mean that you're using a palette with the Prusa then.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, I can see how that would work out really nicely, to be honest with you.
Well, at Mosaic, when Marshall shoots their time lapses and stuff, it's pretty much always on a Prusa.
Oh, that's true too. Actually, now that you mention it, that's actually really true. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got that set up working beautifully, so that he pretty much only uses the Prusa. What kills me whenever I go to Mosaic and I see like their filament wall. I see all of like the crazy expensive filament, and I'm like, dude, how can you purge block this? I don't pay for it.
See, now I see Fred here on YouTube, and he was saying that from my view, the proof of value is the fact that it just works and you don't have to worry about it. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's not true, but if you go to their Facebook page just like anyone else's page, while that might be experience for a lot of people, that is not the experience for everyone.
It's never going to be the experience for everyone, though.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that's Prusa fault, okay? I'm not saying that's Prusa fault, because honestly, there is no open a box and just tap it. And we're not Star Trek, right? You know what I mean, guys? Like, it's just not that. And you have to, and I think that's what a lot of time too, people don't have an understanding when they get into 3D printing. They're like, oh, they say, you know, and honestly, the 3D printing industry isn't great too, because they pump it out that way. Like, oh, you buy our machine and you'll set it up and it will just work and you don't have to do anything. It's a tool. It needs to be tuned. You have to learn how to use it, right? It's not, like I said, it's not Star Trek where you just hit it, you know, and it prints. We're not in that area. We're just not.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I wasn't banging on Prusa at all, because
no, and that's what I wanted to say too. Yeah, for sure.
For me, and now again, it's going to sound funny coming from me because I'm an Apple guy. I worked for Apple for years, and you know, people say, well, they just charge a lot more for the same thing. And, you know, honestly, recently, I'm going to agree with that. In the old days.
Recently,
recently. I mean, my phone was, I think, $1,800.
Jeez. That's like a car, man. Like, legit, man. Like,
what kind of car are you driving?
No, but like a used car, man. That's a used car. You can buy. Listen, that's not a car I drive, but you could buy a used car for that. I drive a Scion 2015.
It's definitely not a
racing package
pickup truck.
No, but at the same time, freaking 1,800. That's ridiculous, man.
You know what, it was funny. I was looking at the new Mac Pros. So I don't know if I've ever told you this story, but so I had to build my PC. I'm still a Mac guy. I hate Windows, but my video card blew in my Mac Pro, and I couldn't get a replacement for it. So I either needed to. This is when they first released the iMac Pro.
Okay, yeah.
I did a custom configuration online. Now, keep in mind these are Canadian prices, so they're higher than like
way higher, guys.
The US in general.
That. Really? Yeah. Oh man, the Canadian dollar is worth crap.
It was $16,000.
Oh yeah. Oh no, man. I remember guys spending 12, 13 grand on a Mac easily.
Oh, dude, I've spent it. Easily. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah.
In the old days, I bought my first Power Mac G4 when they first launched. I bought that.
The G4s were so expensive.
With the two 24-inch CRT displays, the whole thing was Apple, and I spent almost $10,000 on it. But I mean, I built a disgusting PC. Like, it's disgusting.
Yeah, for like $1,000
bucks. Well, no, it was $5,000, but still.
Well, still though,
you know, it's not $16,000. And then I went and I looked at some of the pricing to custom configure the new Mac Pros. It can go as high as $52,000. That's more than a Tesla.
Yeah, I know. Like, if you want every bell and whistle, like literally, they not only that, they come and kiss you after they deliver it.
It's $25,000 for 1.5 terabytes of RAM. $25,000.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I can have that terabytes with a bunch of laptops on a SATA. Freaking, like, it wouldn't be that hard. Jeez. Now, as much as some people hate on Windows, at the same time, it's pretty cheap to do some really great stuff with it. Right? Yeah, and remember that you can put Linux on it. You can put Linux on it anyway, so who cares?
Well, I built this machine very particularly because I was.
That's why T2 box.
But now I'm not.
Let's talk about that though. Does any of you guys run Linux? I like running Linux, and that's why I like T2 box. No, none of you guys run Linux. What about in Facebook? I bet there's and YouTube. There's got to be some of you guys. No one runs Linux. None of you guys. I'm that guy.
Yeah, look at POTUS. Now here, great. Here we go. Perfect example right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
You could buy a house. Yeah, in Greece
That's a
at
house.
52K. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Yeah, but is
I
that
agree
52,000 like US dollars? What are we talking about here?
Yeah. Well, you got to remember once again when we say 52K, we're talking
No,
about
that's US dollars. No, that was US dollars.
Okay. So that's USD. Oh,
Yep.
jeebus. So
yeah, that would be like
50K
$1.5 million Canadian dollars.
USD to
Wait for this is probably euros.
Yeah, so
euros.
That's 65,000 in Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
So 50K is 60. So it's literally like you make 15K just off the dollar. Gee.
right. So convert. You still have the converter up. Convert 52,000 euros into US dollars, or 52,000 US dollars into euros.
Oh yeah. Okay, so 52K to euro. Yeah. Boom. Oh, it's only 35. God, your money's worth so much.
I want euros.
Yeah, I want euros. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, David nailed it. I want
money.
euros.
Yeah, I want euros. That's right. Dave did nail it there. Yeah, man, that money is worth so much. Gee,
I'm gonna have some delightful. Thanks, David. Now I'm hungry, but now I'm very excited now because my mother-in-law's birthday is on Christmas, and we're going out a couple days before her birthday, and she wanted Greek food, and there's some really.
See, there we go.
Greek
All right,
restaurants.
Osman. There you go. Osman has a Linux server. I knew someone had it. All right, here we go. All right, I knew it couldn't be the only one here. Shoot.
Yeah, David is always hungry.
Yeah, David. I want some dry. Also, Donairs is something that's invented where I am in Nova Scotia, and they're like a gyro, but they call it Donair here. Man, they got some good ones here. Ridiculous. David is always hungry. That's what for you. That's what Mint said.
Best thing about Canada, poutine. I am.
Oh, poutine. Oh man, but you gotta have the real cheese curds though. You gotta have the real cheese curds. Cheese curds, French fries, and gravy. Come on, that sounds like a hug.
No, I'm hungry too.
No, I know, right? Like, all right, let's shut this down. Shut it down.
Yeah, dude, it's late for you, man.
Yeah. Hey, well, okay. I just want to say personally, man, I was really glad to talk to you tonight. I feel like I got to know you a lot. Also, it was really great, man. Thanks for being on the show.
Well, it was great.
You had a good time.
Yeah, well,
as long as you had a good time, we had a good time, man.
He didn't fall asleep. So that's good.
He didn't fall asleep.
I didn't know what's the time. Now I see what's the time.
I was like, I looked at my clock and went,
now he's tired.
Shit.
He's like, oh shit, it is late, you guys. God damn it. Hey,
I've messaged him like 3 times. Fun. Like, just let me know when you're tired. We'll shut down. No, I'm okay.
Yeah. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
I want to say, once again, let's pump it out. Thank you guys for showing up. All the social media links are going to be down there. Chris, as always, you are awesome, man.
I will post those. Number one, Vedran, seriously, man, thank you so much. Like, this was
man,
really
dude, thank you.
And we really appreciate you taking your sleep time.
Yeah, sleep time.
Coming on with us.
And your design time.
It's Friday.
And your design time. Yeah.
And then I just want to say our next guest, not him, is actually a friend of mine, Joe, who owns a company. He does cosplay items called Joe Land Props. And Joe
this one's going to be great, man.
Teaching people. I actually asked him because I was so torn. I want to print helmets and armor pieces and stuff so badly. I cannot size them. Joe's going to teach us.
He's going to teach you guys how to size things perfectly for you.
Size them.
It's going to be great, man. It's good. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be good.
That's going to be our show after Christmas.
Yeah.
And so there's
that. I think Jeff Wicks will be after that, right?
We still have to test Jeff's stream because he lives in the Outback.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh, I just talked to him about that. That's right. We got to test the stream.
Yeah, we got to test Jeff's stream.
He's in Australia.
Yeah, he lives in the Outback, so
like
the dingoes are there and shit. So
seriously, like legitly.
And like half of Australia is still on fire. So.
Oh, and that's true too. Yeah.
So we got to figure it out. But seriously, man, thank you so much. Had a great time.
Super appreciate it, brother.
And I am going to sign off at just under 3 hours. Wow.
Nice. Yeah. Right. Sign off.
Sorry everyone.
What up?